DJ Beats.
I'm tired of the fake ass love they be giving. Say you ain't the same, but I'm knowing you ain't different. Off a perk right now, I was getting in my feelings. I think people try to hurt me just to see if I'm a feeling. I was trying to feel some things I ain't felt in a little minute. I was giving you my heart, my last came with it. You was shooting for the stars, I was shooting for a million. I was young and I ain't understand, I'm older now I get it. Come my phone, what you doing, bitch, I'm working, I ain't chilling. Say you love me when I'm down, but hate it when I'm winning. I was sober for some years, but I got a junkie in me. Family in the chain gang, I ain't seen them in a minute. Black tea, black sheep, I'm the one that you had left eye. Stars in the roof, now I'm headed to the west side. Never fall in love with a bitch, I know she ain't mine. Treat her like the rollie on the wrist, watch her pass time. Used to be in love, but I learned my lesson back then. I just want a hoe who do it better than my last bitch. I'm pouring up the red, Kayla told me I was damn near. I got problems in my head, baby, I come with some baggage. But got it coming home, I don't wanna see his mama cry. Big boss, I ain't tripping if a nigga gotta die. Tryna get them M's for that pain in his mama eyes. I gotta be headstrong, but deep down it's hurting me inside. I was down bad, had to call the plug back. I know the script, I'm sticking to it like a thumb tape. I cut him off for playing games, how you love that? Shawty got the thuggin' with my heart, I had to thug back. I can press a button on you, bitch, kill a pop off. Wanted to look out for my daddy, he was locked up. Wanna see my cousin one more time, but she boxed off. Graveyard talking to the dead, bitch, I'm chopped off. Started from the bottom, now I'm CEO and business. Granny told me never ever put no trust up in these bitches. When they speaking from mistakes that they ain't made, you gotta listen. I'll be working till the sun comes up, I ain't fit. My brother told me keep that thing on me. I get to myself like, what they changed on me? Yeah, I'ma pull up on you, gas tank on me. If you love me like you say you do, you gotta show me something, I gotta see it.
BFG 300 shit. Let's stick to the money conversations as of lately I've been reaching. Blew the bag to get them cases closed, dismissals and repeated. I paid the cost to be the boss. It's only right a nigga beat it. Lately battling against the odds and sucker shit. No, I can't be with. I've been broke before, got rich, some more see money coming leasy. Niggas switch up on their gangsters, get painted on tall keys. And back doors been flapping open. Ain't no peace inside these streets. If my partner fuck with the suckers, then on my partner I might breathe. This Glock 30, how 30 while throwing 30 while I squeeze and cupping please when they're a nigga like what the fuck you niggas think? Now I'm keeping gang business, they talk the hoes and the police. So what I took if you lost, you can't get back from biting cheese, nigga.
Hey, need a plug on the work, I can call heck. 40 plus on the gleek, that's a Chris fake. Christian moves on my feet, bitch, that's light work. I watch me put them in the air just how I kite work, gang. On a bitch, I'm getting to the cheese. And yo, bitch, pussy wetter than a 7 C's. 5-inch ARPs, we got 10 of these. Fresh nickel, two-tone with the lemon squeeze. Catch them up in traffic, yanking up on you niggas' cars. Let these smacker play through if we fuck with bars. It's BFG tackle game, we don't fuck with stars. Turn this block into a range if you fuck with ours. Christian lubes on my feet, that was 3K. The bitch is broke on the trick, I'm on D-way. Now I don't fuck with ghost Glocks, they got a delay. Heavy stepper in the game like it's EA. Smack a plug on the work, I can call heck. 40 plus on the gleek, that's a Chris fake. Christian moves on my feet, bitch, that's light work. I watch me put them in the air just how I kite work, gang.
Niggas know me, been off the points is like back when. Gang in the field, bitch, we be something like the Pac-10.
Gangland, we around this motherfucker, man.
Bitch, stand on that. To the head, I'll show a nigga spillage. My Ninth and Wood nigga, up the street from the village.
We ain't in it, you niggas don't talk no guns, we ain't in it. I'm so
niggas, cause niggas is big.
Ooh, about to blow something. Man got the stick, about to hoe something. Ooh.
Y'all know what it is. It's Gangland Tv the SitDown live. Hit the like button. Don't be boosty. And subscribe to the channel. And hit the notification bell, man. That shit easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Subscribing, that's free as fuck. Hit the notification bell, that's free as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That shit's free.
Gang in the field, bitch, we be something like the Pac-10.
Gang in the field, bitch, we be something like the Pac-10. Glock 20, 10 milli, make a nigga do a backspin. What's up with my nigga though?
Some more of it.
The bloggers are mad. Why are these bloggers mad? Shout out Shank Rock, man, for that demonstration earlier today, man, with the Tubi. I think it was the Tubi director of Tubi. Shout out Shank Rock for that demonstration earlier, man. Good game. Good game. Go over there and tap in, man, to Shank Rock, man. If you fuck with Shank Rock, you fuck with Gangland, man. Go over there and tap in and function with his broadcast earlier today. But yeah, man, you know, the bloggers is mad, man. They are mad. And this is the thing though. Don't put nothing on motherfuckers not taking accountability. It's not about people taking accountability. It's about the motherfucking feds. It's about the motherfucking South Carolina or North Carolina, wherever the fuck police city they in, man. It's about the motherfuckers doing their job, man. That's what it boils down to. It's not you gotta think. I could go smoke a nigga right now. That don't mean nigga, I gotta go turn myself in. That's what you're saying. Like, since she did that to Shanquella, she gotta go turn herself in, so because she gotta hold herself accountable. She did a crime. What don't you understand, sir? A nigga go smoke a nigga, right? Nigga go smoke a nigga. And I don't have to turn myself in, bro. I don't have to take accountability of shit. A motherfucker probably did something to my people or something. You think I'm gonna turn myself in because he didn't turn himself in when he did something to my people? So why the fuck I'm gonna turn myself in on the strip? Like, come on, man, make this make sense. It's not about who's supposed to be held accountable. It's not about who's supposed to be held accountable. It's about the police doing a fucking job. Motherfucker got that badge and them guns for a reason. Do your fucking job. That's it, man. It don't got nothing to do about, man, who holding accountability. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tina in the chat, man. Cynthia, VR, Shayla. Who else we got in here? Carly C. Who else we got in this motherfucker? Who else we got in this one? We got my nigga Chris in this motherfucker. And people in the bushes, man. Salute the people in the bushes too, man. Shout out, man. We got Tall Glass in the building. Shout out Tall Glass. Yeah, man. I'm telling y'all right now, it don't got nothing to do with that. I mean, look, this is the thing, right? Okay, Khalil was there, right? Malik was there, right? Dej Milo Jackson, Winter Donovan, and Elise Hyatt. They were all there, right? Well, here's the thing. How's they gonna hold themselves accountable? They did a crime. Anybody that do a crime, like, everybody ain't G-Dip. Everybody ain't about to kill a nigga and then wait 15 years later to turn themselves in. You see what I'm saying? Once one go down, they all go down. One go down, they all go down. Will they be able to catch everybody at the same time? We don't know. But if one go down, all go down. If one go down, all go down. You know? So it's like, hey,
When is we supposed to seek justice, man? When is we supposed to seek justice? You see what I'm saying? Y'all can talk to your face turn blue all day long about who the fuck supposed to be taking accountability. Motherfucker can talk to their face turn blue on who supposed to be taking accountability. You know who supposed to be taking accountability? Them federales, the Mexican officials, the motherfucking police in Carolina. That's who need to, nigga. Not the Cabo 6. They need to do their fucking job. Now, I'll tell a motherfucker this. Look, if this was a white girl, right? You know how fast they would have fixed this shit? It's like if this was a young lady of Caucasian descent, blue eyes preferably, blonde hair preferably, this shit would have been over in October of last year. This shit would have been done in October of last year. What you think about this shit, Chris? Yeah, motherfucking service tripping. Chris, what you think about this shit, guy?
Shit, the same shit you just said. It's fishy. It's not being investigated properly because of the descendant of somebody color.
But do you think who needs to take accountability in this situation? Who you think?
I would say, my opinion, both parties.
Both parties. The police and the Cabo 6?
Yes, because she got killed there, and the police is not doing that. So I hold both of y'all accountable, because if y'all supposed to serve and protect them, my life supposed to be in y'all hands. It's not looking like nobody's doing a good job of that.
She's Carly say, but we got a treaty though. We got a treaty because America spanked that ass. Yeah, they spanked that ass. Why you think motherfuckers from over there like can't come over here like that? Like if everything was how it's supposed to be, bro, I guarantee you Mexicans can just scroll on over here. That shit is Mexico not connected to the United States? Like, is it not a border? You see what I'm saying? Is it not a border? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want to touch on certain topics and be like a nigga get racist, but nowadays it seems like they get treated a little better than us, and it's just the way the world working right now.
Yeah, bro. Like, even though we got a treaty, with their ass. I think them motherfuckers still don't give a fuck.
They don't. They showing us in plain view they don't.
You disagree? It's Yana Renee TV say, honestly, because it happened in Mexico, North Carolina has no jurisdiction. But this is the thing though, right? North Carolina don't have no jurisdiction, right? Because the shit happened in Mexico, right? But this is the thing. They can capture these motherfuckers. Y'all ain't trying to capture them. Now, this is the thing. Now, say if it was you, Yana Renee TV, say one of your peoples, man, was unalive, somebody smoked them or whatever the case may be, and they got a chance at, you think they just about to just let the killer roam free, and they just killed your peoples. Police like, all right, well, shit, we can't do nothing, but if we find them, we find them. Fuck you mean, bro? Somebody just killed my peoples, bro. Do your job and find their ass. You see what I'm saying? All right, yeah, it happened in Mexico. But yeah, like y'all are back in the United States. They for surely not in Mexico. They didn't sit around. Because they knew if they sat around in Mexico, the motherfuckers would have been assed out. They would have been somewhere eating frijoles, smelling like zapatos in the baño. G.O.D.O. God in heaven. Nigga, they would have been eating frijoles, smelling like zapatos in the baño.
You
Nigga.
ain't lying, nigga, because nigga, that cell be so packed, nigga. That right there, if they put a lot of motherfuckers that's starting to commit trouble and they start sending them to the Mexican jail, I guarantee you a motherfucker turn their life around. But like I said, I don't think they doing too much, my nigga, because like I say, they looking at it as like, okay, well, they're American, you know, they killed each other, well, they did do it here, but, you know, that's an American problem. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But it's like still at the end of the day, it's a y'all ain't saying that when American motherfuckers coming over there to spend their money. You see what I'm saying? Y'all ain't worried about that when Americans is coming over there to spend that money. You see what I'm saying? Americans come over there and be spending chicken. You think we don't go come over there and spend no chicken, nigga? Cabo, San Lucas, all that other shit, niggas be going to Mexico. You even got motherfuckers going to Tijuana. You think Americans ain't spending money in Tijuana? Buying that $2 pussy and all that shit they got right, boy. Those niggas out there buying $2 pussy. Boy, the best good hookers out there selling pearl. They selling cooter for $2. They got $2 cooter.
I just like niggas being in the hood. Nigga know, oh man, we go across town where them niggas don't like us. They got it for the low. Nigga, I'm not going over there with you, nigga.
Fuck around and never come back around this motherfucker.
Hey, but you get what I'm saying though, my nigga?
Yeah, like nigga, hell nah.
They got it for the low, but nigga, our life is at
it's at stake. Just like the people that see, look, this the thing though, right? This the thing though, right? Yeah, they out there selling $2 cooter. On God in heaven, they selling $2 cooter, $2 shots of cooter on the real. This the thing, right? When Shanquella was unalive in October, in that same week, a white man was killed in Cabo. You had the carbon monoxide that killed those 3 black people. You also had 2 more murders that happened in Cabo that week. They found out who killed that white man. Yeah. They found out who killed that white man. They said it was 3 Mexican dudes and a woman. They found out who killed him that month in Cabo. He was an American.
Why you think they found out so quick, Ron?
My name Kodak Black and I'm white.
You feel me? They was gonna dig us. They was finna turn that. You know why?
Cause I'm white.
They was gonna make such a disturbance. They was gonna start messing with other group of people monies.
Bruh. This is fact. This is fact. A Caucasian fella that was American. He died in Cabo the same week Shanquella did. I think he died like Monday. Shanquella died, that Saturday? Yep. He died that Monday. The carbon monoxide people, they died like a couple days after him. This all in Cabo. Not to mention, some more black people went to Cabo and they died of carbon monoxide poisoning via the Airbnb. Also, the other people, they died via the Airbnb. Like, man, come on, man. Like, that's not no coincidence. If you ask me, that's not no coincidence that these people are being unalive by carbon monoxide poisoning in an Airbnb. Come on, man, make this make sense. You know, so you got to ask yourself, if the police, most likely it was the Mexican police, most likely it was the Cabo San Lucas police, they federales, whatever the fuck, policia, found out who killed that white man. What's stopping them? What's stopping them from getting justice for Shanquella? I'm trying to tell you. On top of these weird ass bloggers saying shit like, motherfucker, go against the family, go against the mama, go against the sister, go against Shanquella. It's like, what the fuck are you still on fucking YouTube for? Like, I could have swore it was to either bring awareness or try to seek some fucking justice. Now, you niggas is police ass niggas. Y'all got private eyes. We don't got no private eyes over here at Gangland. When we don't point no motherfucking finger, we just point out the obvious. Straight up. Just like Remy Ma cheating on Pat Poose, nigga, the obvious. You know what I'm saying? Dage Meatloaf Jackson putting her motherfucking hands on Shanquella, the obvious. We don't point no fingers. We point out the obvious. And we ain't out here talking about we got private eyes, special investigators, and all this shit, bro. Yes. Do we want to see justice? Yes. How can I pay it for it? By going live about it, by speaking on it and breathing on it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not the police, bro. I'm not the police. I'm not a private eye. But what I can do is talk about this situation and keep it relevant. You see what I'm saying? Just like if it was your cousin, your sister, your auntie, your mama, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it relevant, period. So that's why you see Justice for Shanquella and Where is Akira Kemp scrolling on the bottom of the screen every broadcast, every podcast.
But that was a good topic. That was a good topic you just said. I didn't mean to cut you off, blood, but I don't want to forget. What you just said was a good topic, and I want people to hear that so they can understand what you said. Don't be blogging about people's families and you in it for all the wrong things.
Facts. Like,
now, how you doing, Miss Kemp? Money Bar and all y'all.
Shout out Miss Jolanda. They Yana Renee. Hit the link, Yana Renee. I want to know more what you talking about on this organ harvesting, because some people wanted to say that they trying to organ harvest Shanquella organs, Kanika Jenkins, and so forth. I want to get your input on that, gang. Hit that link, pop out. You know what I'm saying? So love, salute. Come on, man. Hey, man, shout out to my Compton niggas, man. Yeah, man. Hey, man, you real Compton, man. You know what I'm saying? Real Carver block, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. My niggas out there, man. Come on. Capanella, come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Shout out to my niggas out there. But I fuck with some Carvers, some Crips out there, and I fuck with some Blood, some Capanella. So it's all love everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? My motherfucking cousins from 8-8 and 8 Trade from Avalon. So, you know, it's all love everywhere, man. You know, real Bay Area love. But they also said that they organ harvest Kanika Jenkins and so forth. Me personally, do I believe in organ harvesting? Yes, I do. Do I believe this may have happened to one of these young ladies? Maybe. It's a possibility. Damn, I need to get another lighter. It's a possibility. Roll up, nigga. Get your blood. Get your what we drinking on tonight, man. It's Gangland at the dark. What we doing? We're gonna have a porn star on this motherfucker tomorrow. I'm gonna set it up so ladies pop out. Might be able to learn a trick or two for your man. Niggas pop out. Might learn a trick or two for your lady. Yeah, man, and it's gonna be some fun, man. Gangland at the dark. You know, we're gonna bring some fun to it. You know, the thing is, like I say, man, these are people real lives. I'll be damned if I get up here and play with a motherfucking life like that, bro. Play like on YouTube, whatever the case may be, wherever they posting this shit at. It's like I say, we're not law enforcement, but it's like when motherfuckers is just a straight blogger, y'all get on here acting like y'all law enforcement, man. That shit, it's like we gotta ask the question. So when is y'all motherfucker gonna seek some justice, man? When is y'all gonna get the justice? Or y'all just on here, nigga, blabbering off, just blabbering off, ain't saying nothing about nothing, just blabbering off, making up shit about the family, making up shit about Shanquella. I mean, what's going on? You gotta change that, baby. Yeah, we all do the purple demon around here. You gotta put that gangland. Yeah, you gotta put that gang. That's the gangland emoji right there. You gotta put that emoji on there. We don't do that purple demon around here. On the real. Hey, but if you a member of Gangland TV, put up that ratchetta emoji. That's the only purple demon we got over here. Hey, we fuck with that. The ratchetta emoji. If you a member of Gangland, put up that ratchetta emoji. Yeah, man, we took that nigga emoji and twerked it. I ain't mad as hell. Yeah. Like I said, me personally, I get up here and do this shit like for the love of bringing awareness. You know what I mean? Somehow, some way, bro, that'll wake up somebody. Hey, watch your kids, watch your daughter, watch your wife, watch your spouse, watch your girl, come on, watch your nigga, watch your husband. You know, check on them, make sure, hey, who are they friends? Make sure you know who they friends is, like, you know, because nowadays, man, people do not care. They do not care until something happens. They don't care until something happens. And then especially with kids, it only take a split second for something to happen with kids. So you really got to watch them. I got some content for y'all today too. Remy Ma, I don't know why she cheating on Papoose with Young Mouth. She's an ignorant bitch. I don't know what's wrong with her. Like, come on, Remy Ma. Like, Papoose held you down for 6 years. Now, women in the chat, how many people you know that got a dude that can honestly say, shit, they'll hold them down for 6 years. Shit, I know a motherfucker that said, matter of fact, what's his name on Love and Hip Hop? Mendici. She asked him, hey, could you would you hold me down like that? And he gonna say, shit, I don't know. Nigga straight up said, I don't know. No. This up said, we also I got a story that's kind of like Khalil. Like how he always was asking to be on the payroll, and you know, I got a story where a young lady best friend tried to take her out solely to take over her business. Oh, oh, like, come on, man. And I also I got a story of the Edwards family. I don't know if y'all heard about the Edwards family, but we're gonna get into it. And you know, it's Gangland at the dark. Yeah, man, I really ain't fucking with niggas like that, man, who really on here for the foolishness, man. Because like I say, at the end of the day, that fake shit, that bunk shit, man, that shit, that don't get a nigga nowhere. That shit don't get a nigga nowhere. What a motherfucker need to do is keep breathing on certain situations, so maybe that somebody else's daughter won't come up missing. Somebody else's daughter won't go with her friends on a vacation to get ultimately unalived and done shady, etc. That's what this shit be about. I don't know what the fuck be wrong with niggas, but for a motherfucker to get on here and play with people's lives, bro, you got to be some kind of a remedial individual. You will have to be, because playing with somebody's life, like getting on here and making up shit. Oh, they this, they that, and it's like you got to be some kind of a remedial individual to play with people's lives like that. To disrespect. I'm talking about like disrespect all type of like women and etc. Like this shit is crazy. Like what the fuck is motherfuckers on this shit for? But let's get into it though, man. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, slap that notification bell. Every time we spin a block, y'all gonna spin it with us, man. It's Gangland TV the SitDown live. We're gonna get into this story. It kind of reminds me of some shit like Khalil would have tried to do to Shanquella, if you will. So let's get into it, man. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, slap that notification bell, man. It's Gangland.
Welcome to Royal Court Motors. We got some deals for you.
Come out and see us today.
Check us out. Royal Court Motors, baby.
Courtney Owens built a successful car dealership from the ground up with her boyfriend and business partner Stoney Williams. The two were a power couple on the rise and seemed to have it all. Sadly, one day while Courtney was at work catching up on paperwork, a masked intruder would come in to take Courtney's life. An investigation would reveal the shocking truth of how Courtney was betrayed by someone she loved and trusted, and how greed and deceit led to her murder. Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Snellville, Georgia. 34-year-old Courtney Owens, a Snellville resident, was a devoted and loving mother to a 12-year-old son. She was described as a great friend, one that you could call whenever you needed anything, and she would be there for you. She was also a daughter and a sister, and described as having a heart of gold. Courtney was an entrepreneur and was extremely hardworking with an unstoppable drive. Courtney was in a relationship with 41-year-old Stoney Williams. Courtney and Stoney were both co-owners of the Royal Motors car dealership.
This year we're doing something extra special for the community. Everybody in the metro Atlanta area, we're giving you your down payment. If you bring $1,000 to us, we're gonna make it $2,000. If you bring $2,000 to us, we're gonna make it $4,000.
Royal Court Motors, baby.
They were partners in their business as well as partners in life. The two worked hard to make their business successful. They posted multiple videos online to promote their car business, providing vehicles to individuals with a bad credit score, and even offering to match customers' down payments.
This is my girl V. She needs a car bad.
Oh, you need a car?
Yeah.
Good to meet you, V. I'm Mr. Dills.
Nice to meet you.
What you looking for? What kind of car you want?
I would like a BMW.
Really? All right, so what's your situation?
I don't have any credit. I've been here 3 years. And I can't get approved because of it.
Don't worry about it. You don't need credit here. All you need is a down payment and your driver's license, and we're going to get you right.
Well, I have that.
You got that? Well, let's get you in a car. Courtney, put her in whatever car she wants. Okay. Walk her over to it. Let's get her in there and get her driving.
Okay, that sounds good. Come on.
Hi,
You're
Queen.
Hey, how you doing? What's
That BMW is pretty.
Okay, I can tell you to the side. Wait. Is it really that easy? So she signed on the tablet, get her keys, and give you their license. And that's it. That's it.
Oh, girl, okay. What do you got? Thank you.
This is not just delivery.
Hey, I know that commercial make one of y'all want to go get a car right goddamn now. Watching that goddamn commercial, that shit make you want to go get a car for this.
Sound good as a motherfucker though.
Sound good in a motherfucker. Oh my granny kids, nigga, they like, nigga, just give me this damn payment of your license and you just sign on a dotted line on this good here tablet and be on your way, Jack. Man, what?
I ain't gonna lie.
Nigga,
They had me, guy.
on my mama kids, they would have got hella people. And they got good ass cars out there too. Like, come on, man. They own it. They own something, nigga. And wherever they getting their cars from, nigga, they own something. You know what I'm saying? They own something.
And it looked like the business was crack-a-lacking.
Courtney worked day in and day out to grow the business. On December 9, 2022, at about 2:30 p.m., officers responded to a call from a bystander about a shooting at the Royal Court Motors car dealership. When they arrived, they discovered Courtney Owens shot inside her business.
The Gwinnett County community of Snellville on edge tonight after police say a masked man walked into this used car dealership and gunned down a woman inside.
I heard about it. I was leaving the hairdresser and it was on the news. And I was on my way here and I was like, that's the area that I'm about to go into.
No motive at this time.
The unidentified adult woman was shot inside Royal Court Motors. Investigators spending hours on the scene, sifting through evidence and interviewing witnesses. Gwinnett PD saying some of those witnesses told them they saw the suspect carrying a gun as he ran from the business in the middle of the day.
A possible suspect may have been known to the business or somebody in the business. Detectives are following up on the leads, trying to figure out what the motive would be.
Crazy, like this scene, like I've been over there and stuff.
Royal Court Motors sits up against the busy intersection of Centerville Highway and Annistown Road. Both corridors are lined with a mix of small, locally owned shops as well as national chains. Shoppers say they generally feel safe here.
It's cool. It's just when things like that happen, it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's crazy.
It's just these guns out here are crazy and everyone's shooting for all types of reasons.
Courtney was shot in the head, and right before her last breath, she said the name of the man who shot her. Reportedly, Wesley Vickers was the name Courtney gave to the police before she closed her eyes for the final time. According to a witness, a masked individual approached her, made her get on her knees, then shot her in the head before leaving the scene on foot. Initially, the police had limited leads to follow regarding the murder of Courtney. Why would anyone come into a business and shoot an employee and just flee the scene? What was the motive? By all accounts, Courtney was a friendly, kind-hearted woman who was helpful and would do anything for anyone. Following the incident, investigators combed the scene for evidence while detectives questioned Courtney's boyfriend and business partner Stoney Williams at the dealership that same day and evening. He appeared to be shocked when he arrived on scene and walked around the premises with the detectives. He provided investigators with what he knew, and he was released. Williams would go on to mourn the death of his girlfriend and business partner on social media. He created a Facebook tribute page in honor of Courtney. The page featured photos of them on vacations together, and Williams described Courtney as an angel on earth who shone brightly, expressing his longing to see her again. Gwinnett police spent days looking for Wesley. Approximately 1 month after the investigation began on January 6, the authorities arrested him on charges of felony murder, malice murder, and aggravated assault. Nearly 2 weeks after authorities arrested Wesley, the Gwinnett County Police determined that Williams was responsible for orchestrating Courtney's murder. According to the arrest warrants, he hired a hitman to kill Courtney. Wesley confessed that he was offered $20,000 by Stoney to kill Courtney and make it look like a robbery. Wesley was told he would get $5,000 up front and would get $15,000 during the fake robbery. Williams also allegedly offered Wesley $4,800 before Courtney's murder to send a message by shooting up the house where she was staying at with a friend in Fairburn. Following Stoney's instructions, Wesley, who they believed to be the hired hitman, entered the dealership and forced Courtney to kneel before shooting her in the head, then leaving the scene. He intended to double-cross Stoney and kill him as well, then get the remaining $15,000 from his pockets after killing him, but Stoney was not at the dealership as planned. Investigators believe the car dealership had cameras, but on the day of the murder, Stoney removed the cameras. The police believe that Williams plotted the murder due to his desire to take full control of the business after breaking up with Courtney. However, authorities were unable to locate him after arresting the hitman. He seemed to have just disappeared, so Gwinnett County Police released pictures of him through the media, seeking the public's assistance in locating him.
Have you seen this man? Police want to find him. His name is Stoney Williams. They say Stoney hired another suspect to shoot and kill Courtney Owens, who was found dead at a car dealership. He faces multiple charges of murder and aggravated assault as well. 34-year-old Courtney Owens was an employee at a dealership in Snellville. Witnesses told police they saw a man carrying a gun walk inside that dealership, shoot Owens, and then leave. Earlier this month, police arrested him, 23-year-old Wesley Vickers, charging Vickers with murder and aggravated assault in connection to Owens' death.
During the police investigation, they discovered that Williams, who remains on the run, has used several aliases which they provided to the public to assist in his capture. Stoney Williams was facing multiple charges, including malice murder for Courtney's death. Authorities discovered that Courtney's murder was not the only shooting Wesley was involved in. They linked Wesley to a drive-by shooting that occurred in South Fulton County just a day before Courtney's murder.
Police say that there was a drive-by shooting by this suspect, and then the very next day, a cold-blooded murder. Now, that alleged hitman is here in the Gwinnett County Jail, but friends of the woman he's accused of killing want the alleged mastermind in this murder for hire to be locked up too.
She left behind a lot of friends that really cared for her.
Friends of 34-year-old Courtney Owens are still trying to make sense of how she ended up as the victim in an alleged murder for hire scheme in December.
A lovable, caring person. No matter what you did for her, she'll do it double for you.
We're now learning the man accused of shooting Owens at a Gwinnett County car dealership is also connected to a drive-by shooting the day before in South Fulton County. At this house on Village Green Drive, Fairburn police say Wesley Vickers opened fire at 2 a.m. on December 8th. We found bullet holes at the home where police say a child was inside when Vickers started shooting and then drove off. The next day, Gwinnett County police say Vickers shot and killed Owens execution style in Snellville. He was arrested earlier this month.
I'm just glad they caught the guy who actually did the killing.
Owens' ex-boyfriend and business partner, Stoney Williams, is on the run, accused of hiring Vickers to kill Owens at work.
Everybody's still taking it real hard, like if it's not even true, like we're all living in a nightmare.
4 months after Courtney's murder, authorities finally located and arrested her boyfriend and business partner, Stoney. Friends and family were devastated by the loss of Courtney, and to learn that her precious life was taken allegedly over money was even more devastating. How could someone take a mother away from her son and all of those who loved and cared for her, over greed? Courtney's mother reported only seeing Stoney Williams twice. She knew him as Courtney's business partner and co-owner of the dealership, and she doesn't understand why Courtney's business partner Williams or anyone would plan to take her life. Courtney's mother wants her daughter to be remembered as someone who made a significant impact on society. My daughter was an entrepreneur, she earned it, she worked hard, and she was a good girl, she said. What happened to Courtney was senseless and heartless. She didn't deserve her life to be taken in such a brutal way just to prevent her from receiving her share of a business she worked day and night to build. Her murder was driven by greed. A 12-year-old boy has lost his mother over someone wanting something that they were not entitled to. Courtney trusted Stoney, loved him, spent a lot of time with him, and surely never imagined he could be capable of doing something like this to her. Stoney has not yet admitted guilt in the death of Courtney Owens, therefore, he is innocent until proven guilty. This case is ongoing. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Now, I want to ask you something personally, other than not trying to take away from our video, which you just watched, but as a grown man, as long as you've been living, as having kids and stuff, do you think when a certain type of money come in play, that messes up certain relationships?
Man, you know, when motherfuckers was doing all that shit, man, you know how many people got killed in relationships that fucked up, all because a motherfucker didn't want to put them on a play, or a motherfucker that want to give them no money, or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
now, be honest, we all done did it. Just be honest, because we always tell
me personally, hell yeah, nigga, I stopped fucking with a motherfucker over some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, due to the fact, nigga, they stole the money from me. Like, I was trying to send some money, but I didn't have an ID. So I told my partner, he was on his dick. He was like, "Hey, bro, like, I'm down bad. Can a nigga hold something?" So I let a nigga. I said, "Look, bro, I'm trying to send this chicken. Send this chicken from me. I'm gonna get you right. I ain't gonna go into details of what I'm giving him. Send his money for me. I'm gonna get you right." So we go to the check cash or whatever. Send the money. We send the money, whatever. We go back to my house. I give him some chicken, whatever. I say, "Get right," and then get back at me. So my cousin called me like, "Cuz, what's going on? You sending chicken?" I'm like, "Yeah, I sent a chicken." He like, "Well, why you refunding?" I'm like, "Refunding? Nigga, I ain't refund no motherfucking money." So it dawned on me. I'm like,
this nigga ran a play.
I know this nigga ain't went back up there and bust a play. So I call him. I'm like, "Bro, where you at?" He like, blase. I'm like, "All right, nigga, I'm about to pull up on you." He like, "All right." I'm like, "Drop the low." So then I'm like, "Man, I ain't even about to go over there. I'm gonna fuck around and go over there. That nigga ain't gonna be there." So I go back to the check cash and whatever. I'm like, "Hey, was the dude I was with, did he come back here and refund the money?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Now see, if you know I was some type of snitch, bro, I had your ass fired, bro. Nigga, if I called the police." I'm like, "Where your manager at, bro?" So they like, "Yeah, what's going on?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, this stupid motherfucker. He gone, now, when I came in here, who handed you the money?" He like, "You did." I said, "Who ID we use?" He like, "Your friend." I said, "But who did you get it with? Who did you take the? You see me put it out of my pocket, right? You see, I gave you the money, right? And you gave me the receipt, not him, right? So in reality, me watching what's going on, oh, this nigga just using this ID, but this man money. You see what I'm saying?
Common sense.
Common sense will tell you like, oh, okay, it's this nigga money, but he just using ID because the nigga don't got no ID. So I'm like, "Bro, you just let her." He said, "Man, but by law, since he used his ID, we had to give it to him." Nigga, you seen me give you the money. And that's how me and that nigga have fell out, bro. Because it's like, bro, you ain't just stole from Mr. Rogers, nigga. You see what I'm saying? You ain't just stole from Mr. Rogers. You ain't just stole from what's his name, nigga, on Family Matters, nigga, Uncle Phil. I mean, not Uncle Phil, but what's his name on Family Matters? His fat ass, nigga. You ain't just steal from Carlton, nigga. The fuck, nigga? Like, so it's like that situation, yeah, nigga fell out over some chicken, bro, because you stole from me. Fucking weirdo. Like, that's some petty ass shit, bro. Like after I just put you on, though, bro, I just gave you a couple dollars, bro, and then you
Like
double
a nigga,
back.
like that's like look at a nigga and be wanting to hit a nigga, do something like, "You could have asked me for that, you goofy ass nigga."
You see what I'm saying? Like, that shit was bunk. So, yeah, motherfuckers is evil as fuck. Like, and then see, he took me to do my shahada too. That was my Muslim brother. He took me to do my shahada. And that nigga, a Muslim brother, stole from a nut. Like, bro, come on, bro. What type of shit is you?
Hell no.
What type of shit is you on, bro? What type of shit is you on? That shit weird. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, on the real, man. What the fuck? Motherfucker like that get popped, man. They be popping motherfuckers that do shit like that. Motherfuckers sitting there like, but like I said, I've never fallen out over. I know my partner, he'll be like, all right, nigga, your mama do drugs, nigga. My mama do drugs, nigga. But shit, we out here in these streets, nigga, getting to a bill. Like, I'm like, this nigga asking his mama for money, bro. Like, bro, your mama do drugs, bro. All her money go to drugs. Like, you need to be helping your mama instead of trying to get some money from her, nigga. And then you get mad when she don't want to give you no money, nigga. That's some bitch ass shit. If you ask me,
that mean a lot to me. When I be around a nigga, if you can't help yourself, that tell me all I need to know about her, nigga.
Like, nigga, the fuck, bro? I sit there, bro, buy a shirt, nigga. I'm looking at it's hot as fuck. I'm looking at the knock. I'm like, damn, bro, this nigga's shirt sweated out. Nigga, all you see is salt stains. Like, dirty as fuck. Like, nigga, hot as fuck. Nigga bought a t-shirt. I'm like, bro, what type of t-shirt you wear, bro? Bought him a t-shirt, bro. I ain't publicized that shit, bro, or put it on Instagram. Nigga, that was between me, that man, and God. And now y'all, because I just told y'all, but that was between me, that man, and God. You see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't be genuine nowadays, bro. You see what I'm
Not at
saying?
all.
Especially
Not at all.
when nigga had somebody, nigga be stingy than a bitch. Motherfucker be stingy than a bitch. Like, damn, bro, nigga ain't gonna die with this shit. Like, nigga, motherfucker stingy than a bitch. Like, damn, bro, nigga, I can understand being frugal. Being frugal is not being stingy. You just watching how you spending your money. Being frugal, I'd let a frugal nigga pass, but a stingy motherfucker, get your ass on, man. Nigga over here sitting with, you know what I mean? Nigga ain't helping his peoples. Nigga, hang it up. Nigga, out of gas. Nigga, that be the shit I be talking about. Like, it be the little shit like that. Like, nigga, my sister call me, brother, can I get like 40? Brother, can I get like 60? Brother, can I get like 40? Like, she a
I gotta
$40
shoot
to death
that
nigga.
shit.
Yeah, she a $40 to death nigga, bro. And I send it and be like, you ain't gotta pay me back. You know what I mean? Like, a motherfucker to sit there and be like, all right, you owe me. Like, nigga, if you gonna do something for a motherfucker, do it. Don't sit there and say they owe you because you did something
I
for them.
promise you, my nigga, anytime I do something for somebody, I don't say I throw it up in their face, but I remind them. Like, if somebody do something for me, I'm a genuine person. If you give me something, I guarantee you I'm gonna give you back double. That's just the type of person I am.
Facts.
Because when shit goes sour, I don't want you, oh, you used me and you did this and you. No. You supposed to make sure all your motherfucking ducks is in a row. But a lot of grown people want to be grown and don't even know how to be grown yet.
Man, then you got motherfuckers that you got the motherfucker that want to do something for a motherfucker, but for surely want something in return. Like say for instance, y'all seen what's that movie? Set It Off. And
Hell yeah.
You seen the part with Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett was trying to pay for her brother college tuition. And what she do? She was like, I'm in the bind, Nate. What I gotta do? I'm in the bind. He like, man, you know what you gotta do. You know what you gotta do, man. Come on,
And that
man.
was dead ass serious. And it was like, it was so degrading to her, but she had so much high hopes for her brother. I was willing to get degraded for that 15 to 20 minutes. Just for you, though.
Just for you. You see what I'm saying? You got
That's what you call
sacrifice.
unconditional love.
Yeah. Motherfucker sacrifice and do the damnedest things, man. They may not be things that's respectful and honorable. They may not be things that are by the book. They may not be things that normal people may think. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when certain people take those risks and they prosper from it, such as Jada Pinkett having to deal with being, you know what I'm saying, basically raped. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's consensual, but it's not. You see what I'm saying? Like, she's not into it. You see what I'm saying? You got people like Nate always want to get something in return for doing something instead of just doing it out the kindness of your heart, bro. You got hella motherfuckers like that, bro.
I'm just really sitting up here bothered about that story you just played. Because it's like, damn, my nigga, you could be with a motherfucker all these years and do all this old bullshit, but soon as y'all have one verbal, real serious disagreement, now you gonna see who you dealing with. I tend to think people don't know who people are until y'all get mad at each other. Because when somebody get mad at each other, they gonna show you who the exact the fuck they are.
Nah, for real. For real. Like I say, some individuals, they rather, and like I said, I did this for such and such. That's why nigga, like, what? I never let a motherfucker do nothing for me, nigga. Especially like if it come about a nigga kids or anything, because a nigga never be able to say, "Oh man, I helped that nigga with his kids, and I did that. I helped that nigga." Like right now as we speak, bro, can't a motherfucking soul say, "Man, I helped that nigga with his kids. I help that nigga every day, every week, or whatever with his nigga." No, nigga, on the real, nigga.
A nigga couldn't tell
Do
me
this
nothing
shit,
like
nigga.
that, no way, because I know you personally, and I've been knowing what you've been doing. So nigga couldn't tell me no bullshit like that.
Come on, man. 365. 365. You know, no child neglect, no none of that. Nigga, kids love a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Kids love a nigga. Babies love a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop it, bro. Motherfuckers, like I say, do this 365. And then you got something, like I say, man, motherfucker can't, hey, man, I help that man. You ain't help a motherfucking thing. Why is it that people always want to help a motherfucker? Like, well, what you want, a Scooby snack? Because you helped a motherfucker?
We can't knock nobody can knock nobody's situations because we all got different situations and we all live in different lives. But at the end of the day, we all got something in common. We all going to the same place. Oh well, most of us is.
Yeah, most motherfuckers. Hey, you got some. Like I say, some motherfuckers. Like if I do it, nigga, like I say, it's out the kindness of my heart. I ain't gonna think twice or bring it up. And motherfucker ain't never said some shit. Like you call my sister right now, she'd be like, man, that nigga could be like, nigga, you owe me a few thousand, nigga. That nigga don't say nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? Like, nigga don't say nothing about it. Like, period. The motherfucker sit
Just
there,
like
bro.
you
You
just said.
let you get $10. Nigga bar let you borrow $10, $20. Hassle you like a motherfucker over that shit. Like, bro, this shit only 4 Abraham Lincolns. You hassling me over 4 Lincolns? One Jackson. What's that? Who on a $10 bill?
Oh, that was a good story you just showed. That little clip, it just show you how the root of money are all evil. All them years we together, we struggle, had to eat whatever we was eating to get by. Now we on our feet. I don't want to eat with you no more. It's a cold ass world, my nigga.
On the real, like a motherfucker. That's why I say people be like, "Oh man, shit." You wonder what's going on in the world, bro. Look, they got love and hip hop, the World Series, the Super Bowl, the wrestling, Real Housewives of Atlanta, rap, music, the movies, hella little shit for our brain to be thrown off and for our focus to be on. When really it be some other bullshit going on, but they want us to focus on that type shit. You know what I'm saying? But the bigger picture and what's really going on, like look at how all these motherfucking cooties, we ain't gonna really say because they be flicking a nigga shit. We just gonna say the cooties. Notice how all this shit be coming out. All that, even from 2020. People was like, damn. I never like, bro, you don't remember in 2012, bro, when Barack was president, it was some shit out then. Nigga, they was giving out stimulus checks then. You don't remember that? Nigga,
Was.
like,
nope. They just was
like,
collecting the
what?
money.
Oh, my, nigga, like, bro, getting stimulus checks. Yeah, nigga, you don't remember? Nigga, around 2012 or some shit like that. It was another one. I don't know what it was called, but it was a 3-letter word, 4-letter word, or some shit like that. And, well, I know I ain't about to say it on here. We just gonna say it's some more cooties. And then like around 2000, 2002, it was one. But shit, I was in high school and shit, so I wasn't really worried about it. But one thing I can tell you is when you walked around downtown Oakland, even in the early 2000s, you always seen some bing bings with the mask on their face. And I used to always be like, bro, what the fuck do they know? Do they know something we don't know? Or they trying to say we dirty or something? Bro?
They knew something we didn't
They
know,
knew
nigga.
something we didn't know. And they was wearing a mask. But then you gotta think, motherfucker, like I don't know if y'all be watching on Instagram, and the nigga, he be having niggas dying, nigga's stomach hurting, laughing like a motherfucker. And he just be talking about nigga like, man, y'all see what's going on, man. Look at this nigga, man, making this wrist sauce.
But one thing I can
wrist sauce.
One thing I can say, this nigga said, nigga out there in Oakland downtown, nigga, it's one thing we don't fucking have out here. And I don't care if you from LA and you get mad at me. Nigga, they got unity out there. Nigga, I seen it for my own eyes. It's none of that here. Nigga, the shit they got out there, it's a little more to it. It can get wild. Don't get it fucked up, but they got more unity in anything, man. And that shit hurt my heart to know I'm from somewhere that ain't nothing nowhere similar to like that.
Man, niggas be getting killed though, B. I ain't gonna lie, niggas be getting they shit. They muffin cap backpack, nigga, all the way back blue around that motherfucker. I'm telling you, like,
you can't be out. You be overstepping your boundaries sometimes. Stop overstepping your boundaries.
That shit be smooth, but it be like, see, I was sitting around that shit, nigga, 30 plus years, sitting around that shit, bro. That shit like being in LA, like, just imagine all the motherfuckers you know that got killed, or like that shit get close to home, whatever the case may be. And it's like shit being in the streets, nigga. Like anything can happen. Hella shit done happened already with me. I done got stabbed, grazed, and some more shit. So
yeah, I done been through it. I'm whooped.
Yeah, I done lost pints of blood. Nigga stabbed me, nigga. I'm talking about big pints, about 2-3 pints. Nigga, maybe more, nigga, but I know for surely roughly about 2-3 pints or some shit. Like, nigga, I was losing it. Like, nigga grazed, nigga, by 2-3, nigga. Like, it'd be like being in these urban areas, right? Year after year after year after year after year after year after year, nigga, you would sit there and say, like, all right, bro, like, nigga wondering, like, damn, bro, why does nigga be so paranoid all the fucking time? From fucking living like that for hella fucking years. It's like you're constantly on go. You see what I'm saying? You constantly on go. Imagine a motherfucker sitting around, nigga, you gotta go to the store, nigga, your granny heavy set, big mama, she ain't walking to the store like that. You gotta constantly walk to the store. Nigga, who passed this store? All type of suckers, all type of shit, nigga, because nigga no telling where you live at. And that's an everyday thing. Walking to school, might see some suckers.
But a lot of people don't understand that. That's why I say with the gangland, we got all walks of life, and we don't judge different people on how they is, because everybody is not the same. And if you a certain type of people, you should want to have the caliber to be able to understand different people, because we're all not the same. We all go through different stuff. That's why I'm saying. But I that story you just put on really bothering me, my nigga, because it's like, damn, you just really just set up under this lady and like really just played predator until the time was right. Like, cause nigga, if you could do that to her, nigga, you don't care about nobody.
He slimed her out. Like, all right, this, like, see, I be so solid. What? My business partner, my woman, nigga, we thriving. It's not that, hey, man, look. Nigga, just tell her to buy it for you. If she can't buy it for you, nigga, buy it yourself. It's not enough to want to kill her. Like, man, I want to take over the whole business. I'm about to kill her. And then from the looks of it, it's like she was so solid. She put you on as a business partner when this was your idea. This was her idea to, like, man, you know what? I'm gonna run a car lot. I'm gonna tell motherfuckers you ain't gotta worry about no credit. It's gonna be a quick little move. You ain't gotta sit around like you do at all these other car lots, and you can get you a car fast as fuck, no credit, just a down payment and an ID. What? Booming, nigga. She put that nigga on. Same as like Shanquella did with these weird fucking weirdos. You know what I'm saying? That's why I played that story, because Shanquella did the same thing with these weirdos, and look what they did. Come on, man.
It's just I don't know. 2023, the trust is very hard to gain, and it's just one of them things it's just evaporating. It seems like
It is, bro. That shit, like me personally, nigga, like that's what I be saying, like to sit there and trust a motherfucker, and then nigga go through some weird ass shit how a nigga went through, and then to still be able to trust, still be able to open up, you know what I'm saying, to something real. It's still that nigga, you gotta commend motherfuckers like that because they'll go through a situation that I have them through a certain type of trauma to where they like, you know
right,
what, I don't give a fuck about nothing. I don't trust a nigga, a bitch,
right.
and it lingers to that. It goes on to their relationship, and motherfucker get the mood swings for that. Like damn, like motherfucker clutching their purse, like talking about nigga, you see my money? Like damn, stay your money, like.
You get the happy feet, a nigga can't sit still nowhere.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying, all because of what happened to them before. You see what I'm saying? They still traumatized from what happened. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta commend those who go through situations and still be able to let motherfuckers in and let motherfuckers be able to give the love, and ultimately you be able to precipitate that love. Like, hey man, you know, hey. Hey, because some motherfuckers, like I say, they get fucked up. They get fucked up by shit that happened to them, and then everybody is a creep. Everybody's a dog. Everybody is a, you know what I'm saying? And then they can be for a nigga. Oh man, the bitch did some weird shit and went crazy. So every bitch must be a crazy bitch that do nah, it wasn't
I was just a
every bitch.
bad
It was
it was
just
a
her.
bad situation. You was in a
Bad
bad
situation.
situation, and you can't carry that on to your next situation. But some people,
Nah.
and most people, I ain't gonna say some people are not strong minded like that to carry on and understand things and work things out. A lot of people don't have communication skills. That's where things go bad instantly. If there's no
Yeah.
communication and no understanding, what we doing anyway?
Yeah, that play a big part for surely the communication. If a motherfucker ain't communicating, it's like okay, everything is going to be an argument because a motherfucker saying that's why you got to learn a motherfucker too because they could be playing. You ain't like man, they playing, but yeah, you like serious. You know what I'm saying? Like she like nigga, what the fuck you just say? Nigga just playing. And then all of a sudden, niggas, and then here goes an argument. You see what I'm saying? Like, but that stems from the last relationship because that motherfucker took everything offensive. You see what I'm saying? So now in this relationship, you think he doing that when he really ain't even taking everything offensive. He just playing with you, but you still shell shocked from that last incident and situation to where it's still, like I say, it's lingering to the next, which
Now,
is
Mac.
unfair.
Now,
Which is
Mac.
unfair.
Now, Mac. We looking at this fake buff glasses wearing ass nigga. We can both look. Me and you both from the streets. This nigga done cheated on this lady so many motherfucking times it don't even bother her now. You want to take my life, you bastard?
You could tell this nigga was cheating and doing hella shit because he killed her. He was already doing some fake ass shit. That nigga drip was bunk as hell. He ain't had no drip. You had all that money and no drip. Oh God in heaven.
We got a lot of mean, evil spirited people among us, and then these the type of people y'all rely on for advice and shit. People better be more safe and more careful who you let into your circumference, because people are so mean, evil spirited. Get yourself right with God or whatever you worship, because man, it's too much.
Man, you just gotta learn how to discern, man. Sometimes you just gotta, if you see something evil and you dealing with it and you stay there, that's where, you gotta make moves. You can't stay in situations like that, man. And when you're done, you go get counseling of some sort so you keep your mind right. I went and
Like
got
how could you get out that situation when he slimed her out?
Yeah, it's no getting out that situation.
He made her seem like everything was good and had her pop. How could you dodge that bullet to a motherfucker making it seem like everything good, everything smooth, only to backdoor you?
No, hold on, Ron. I was listening, I was tuned in to the story. Actually, she moved out the house they was in to get away from because she already kind of see that's another thing. When you with somebody for so long, you could tell when they vibe is off. It's almost like you can feel it, you know. It's like when you hungry and your stomach growl, you can feel it.
if you've been through something, you get out. I mean, you got to stay out. If you feeling what you feeling and it don't feel right, you got to step back and listen to yourself and look at it. Your spidey senses be working constantly. They'll tell you, hey, this nigga, something ain't right here. She got out, right? Got away
And
from
then
it. Right?
and then look, Angel, the nigga's so smart. The nigga he got to do it, he done told everything.
Damn.
You didn't see it when you was telling you just must have told he told on everybody. He told on everybody but the socks he had on his feet.
Who, the nigga that shot her?
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, he
came
said
in.
the nigga told how much he was supposed to get. That nigga, so basically, nigga, he did all that for 5 bands.
And he said he wanted the nigga to be there because he had the rest of the money, the
And
15,000.
he
He was
wanted to
gonna
shoot
let him
him.
out and he was gonna take
Yeah,
the money out of his pocket.
the 15K from that nigga. That nigga was gold. He was like, nigga, I already knew this nigga might come in there and try to kill me too. Nigga, fuck that. So when the nigga came in there and and the nigga seen, he actually took the plan out to like, bro, this nigga wanted to kill me personally, nigga. I would have took that 5K and cut. Bitch ass nigga, do something, nigga. You want me to kill your wife, stupid ass nigga.
I'm a
You want
firm
me to kill your wife.
I'm a firm believer. Everybody, as people can have their own choices and make their own decision. Nobody should be made to do anything that they're uncomfortable with, that they don't want to do. That's why we have choices and decisions. Should nobody be forced to do anything that they're uncomfortable with living with?
No, for real.
No, I just came in. I was just, peeping the vibe of what y'all was saying. Man, people go through shit, man, and they do be fucked up, and it's sad because the person could be like loving and shit, and then you go through some shit that'll just make their top screwed up, and then you just, like you said, everybody like that. They don't trust. It takes a little bit of counseling, but the ones apparently in this story she got correct. I stepped in to
Angel,
make.
Angel, that's like you having a best friend and you know she love this nigga dirty fucking drawers. You know this the worst type of nigga for her to have, but for you to sit up here and tell that girl you could do better and go, you know that's making you look like a bad friend to her, correct?
Yeah, you can't tell them. You can only try to tell them 1 or 2 times. After that, you the enemy. You know. I mean,
You the enemy, or nigga, you want to fuck my wife?
right.
You want my husband, huh, bitch? You trying to tell me to leave him so you can go fuck with him, huh?
Yeah, it depends on how they say it. You have to. Sometimes you just gotta see it for yourself. You know. I tried to tell my ex that. Don't nobody believe me, right? Then some shit go down and my bippity boppity boo, nigga see it. Oh hell no! I'm like, hey, I tried to tell you, man. But you love them, and you gotta just let them. They got a lot of people just have to see it for themselves. Some people see it and just disregard it. There's signs. There's always signs, regardless. There's always signs. I'm sorry, I got to, and then when you go through that, instead of turning it inward and saying, oh, everybody's like that, no, you got to be more discerning. You have to look. You can't bypass them red flags. You got to, okay, you see one red flag, nobody's perfect, okay. And then you see two red flags, I don't know. I got to see, yeah. You got to check it out. You can't ignore it because it's I don't know, man. It's just like that. Can't ignore red flags. They there.
Yeah, that shit like I said, she was blindsided. She was slimed out. So how could she see what was going on? If the nigga was acting like everything was smooth. You see what I'm saying? The nigga acting like everything cool. But yet, nigga, this nigga trying to slime her out, nigga, to take the whole, nigga, you want the whole motherfucking damn, nigga. You trying to take over the whole goddamn car dealership, nigga. What you want? The brothers barbecue and the holy moly donut shop too, nigga. God damn, this nigga want it all. Like, nigga, come on, bro. Like, nigga, and she put you on, nigga. That wasn't even your jug, nigga. That wasn't even your jug. That wasn't even your jug. Like, come on, man. Make this make sense, man. Motherfucker did that, man. That's why I played that story, because I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. This remind me of Khalil and Shanquella. And the reason why this bitch ass nigga ain't help her out.
I was thinking about that, just when you were talking about it. I missed the story, but when you were talking about it, I was thinking about Khalil. It's just like, dude, really? Because she didn't do your work for you? Jesus Christ, man. Yo, lazy bastard, nasty motherfucker. That's kind of cold-blooded. The nigga don't want to do his own work. She got you some money. I'm sorry she didn't get you more, but folks, remember we were saying sometimes folks they get that money and they be too busy throwing it around to get what they needed done, And then when it's gone and then the other person is thriving, then they want some more. No, nigga, you didn't got some. Even that little dab is good. You know what I'm saying? You fuck it up. Spend all your money corking bottles and shit. Doing what you do, Nigga, you should have took that money and invested it in your business. It ain't like he didn't know how. It really ain't.
I don't know, man. I know that nigga out of pocket for sliming her out like that, man. We about to get into this story, though, of the Edwards family. I don't know if y'all heard about the Edwards family, but we about to get into it, though. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, slap that notification bell. Every time we spin a block, y'all gonna spin it with us. It's Gangland. And then we got Remy Ma. We got Remy Ma too. Like, what the fuck is wrong with Remy Ma? Like, you done threw all that shit away for Yuck Mouth? Is you serious? Like, I'm confused that Remy Ma, like, for real, that was like the poster, like child for black love. That's where people was getting that black love shit from. Like, what? Y'all know what it is, man. Hit the like button, man. It's Gangland.
Family is not an important thing. It's everything. A quote by Michael J. Fox. Whether you like it or not, family is and will always be family. It's not something that you can change. TV often depicts families as loving, caring, nurturing. But when the camera cuts, It's back to reality. And we all know that a lot of families lack those values. A dysfunctional family can be spotted from a mile away. It's not hard to see when things aren't what they're portrayed to be. But what about a family that seems perfect? And then out of nowhere, things begin to surface. And what you thought was near perfect was far from it.
This story begins with a woman who everyone around her knew as simply Marsha. Marsha is described as a bubbly personality, someone who was also affectionate. From early on in life at a very young age, Marsha was always someone who was driven, ready to take on the world. Upon graduating, Marsha knew exactly the field she wanted to enter. She would enter the medical field. This career choice would lead her to Louisiana State University School of Medicine, located in New Orleans. While in New Orleans, she would meet a man who goes by the name of Christopher Edwards, a man who is described as a gentleman, very strong-minded. He was also extremely driven and ready to reach his goals. He would attend Morehouse College, but then he would accept an internship in New Orleans, Louisiana. With Christopher Edwards also being in the medical field, he was bound to run into Marsha one way or another, and as fate would have it, they would cross paths. After meeting each other, they would realize that they had a lot in common, a lot of the same goals as well, and they would quickly begin to fall for each other. And after some time passes, they decide to make it official, and Marsha would officially take Christopher's last name. Upon leaving school in Louisiana, both Marsha and Christopher would decide to relocate to Atlanta, Georgia. It would be here that they would begin their family. June 30th, 1995, the world would make way for Christopher Edwards. Christopher would enter this world and take the name of his father. He would be a junior, but the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. He was also, at a young age, very driven and eager to learn. He was described as very skilled. He was polite, and like his father, he was also a gentleman. 4 years after the birth of Christopher Edwards Jr., they would welcome a daughter into this world. June 21st, 1999, the world would make way for Erin Edwards. She's described as a person who was lighthearted, kind, giving, and just like her parents and her brother, she was also a driven soul. With Erin Edwards entering this world, their little family would be complete. But after the birth of Erin, things began to decline in the relationship of Marsha and Christopher. And after trying to fix things and being unsuccessful, they would decide to separate. But although they did divorce, they did maintain a healthy relationship for their children's sake. One by one, Christopher and Erin Edwards would graduate from high school and begin their journey as adults. Upon graduation, Christopher Edwards would attend Elon University, and his little sister Erin would relocate to Boston University. Chris focused most of his time on sports. He was a self-proclaimed sports nerd who, after graduation, would land a job at ESPN. Erin Edwards was also taking the journalism route. She even landed an internship at NBC. By the year of 2019, Marsha Edwards would be 58 years old. Christopher would be 24, and Erin Edwards would be 20. At this point in their life, their father would be a prominent surgeon in the area of Atlanta, and their mother would be a successful business owner. But to add to their parents' success, they had raised two smart children who were headed for the stars. Looking from the outside in, it seemed as if this family had it all. But something was soon to happen that would put that into question. August 21st, 2019. Christopher Edwards Sr. would be trying to contact his son, but after multiple attempts to reach him and not being successful, he begins to worry. And after too much time elapses, by 6 p.m. on that day, he would be contacting the authorities. After receiving the call, they would be dispatched to the Vining suburb, a wealthy community where Marsha Edwards and her 2 children lived in a 4-story townhome. While attempting to do this welfare check, there is no answer, so they make entry. But upon entering the home, what they discover is heartbreaking. In his bedroom, 24-year-old Christopher Edwards would be found, laying inside of his bed with multiple gunshot wounds. As the authorities begin to make their way through the home and clear other areas, inside of another room, they would discover the body of 58-year-old Marsha Edwards and 20-year-old Aaron Edwards. Both the mother and daughter were also found with gunshot wounds, and all 3 victims were declared deceased upon arrival. The authorities would then have to prepare themselves to tell Christopher Edwards the bad news that his family had just been murdered.
Sean and Adam, we just found out from Cobb County Police that 3 adults, 2 women and 1 man, that they died from apparent gunshot wounds inside this townhome. Right now, Cobb County Police are inside. You can see through some of these windows, the lights are on as they investigate and try to figure out what exactly happened. We are told that this was discovered through a welfare check at around 6 p.m. tonight. Now, at this point, we haven't been told whether or not the family and friends who asked police to perform that welfare check, how long it had been since they last heard from these 3 individuals. Police also not telling us yet how these 3 individuals knew each other, what their exact relationship was like, only that they all lived here inside this townhouse throughout the past few hours since we have been on scene. We have seen about a dozen or so police officers out here going around the townhouse through this green area that sits in between this end unit and also the fence line right here, with flashlights also going through there, making several rounds around the townhouse. And it wasn't until about 9:30 this evening that they finally actually went inside. So still a lot of information that we are waiting to get from Cobb County Police, since they just made it inside the unit a few hours ago. They also have not yet revealed where exactly these 3 people were found inside the home, but again, only that it was 2 women and 1 man who did die from these apparent gunshot wounds. We're going to continue to follow this story and bring you more updates as they become available.
After processing the crime scene, the next step is to find out exactly what happened. The bodies would be shipped off to the coroner's office for further processing, and they were awaiting autopsy results. But in the meantime, they begin to question friends and other family members, trying to get a clue as to what could have happened. Who would want to harm a family who's done nothing but try to help their community? The daughter, Aaron Edwards, who was 20 years old, often spent her time fighting for human rights, was now the subject of a murder investigation. And upon speaking to family and friends, they didn't offer any details. No one could figure out anyone who had a bad bone in their body towards that family. They were held in high regards in the community and got along with just about everyone. So the thought of someone wanting to harm them seemed far-fetched to the people who actually knew them. While conducting their investigation, the authorities would run across the Instagram page of Marsha Edwards, who on the day of the incident just so happened to make a post. It was a picture of Marsha, and the caption read, "I've had the best summer, first with Chris in Miami and Aaron in Italy. I could not ask for better children." A post that at the moment seemed very sad. A mother reflecting upon her time with her children. But the feeling of that post was soon to change. Because when the autopsy results are released, people begin to question why she made this post. An autopsy would reveal that Christopher Edwards Jr. was shot while laying in his bed 5 times. 20-year-old Aaron Edwards would be shot twice in the left arm and once in the chest. That wound would in fact be the fatal wound that claimed her life. When the autopsy of 58-year-old Marsha Edwards was concluded, she would be shot once in the chest, but the medical examiner would determine that this wound was self-inflicted. With this newfound information, the homicide detective would close the case, because at that time, they thought it was clear-cut. Marsha Edwards had harmed her children and then turned the weapon on herself. But now the authorities were faced with the question, why? Why did she do it? But no one could answer the question. 58-year-old Marsha Edwards never had a history of mental illness, and family and friends around her, by all means, thought she was happy. But things aren't always what they seem, are they? Christopher Edwards would be forced to bury his family without any real answers as to why it happened.
Many family and friends still in disbelief as they gathered today to remember a prominent Atlanta area family after the tragic deaths last week. A joint memorial service was held for Dr. Marsha Edwards and her adult children, Christopher and Aaron Edwards. Cobb County Police say that Marsha Edwards shot Aaron and Christopher inside their Viningstown home last week, then killed herself.
Well, they called it a celebration of life, not a funeral. And it was obvious today how many lives the Edwards family impacted as dozens gathered at Cascade United Methodist Church in Southwest Atlanta for their memorial service. There were no caskets, just 3 large framed photos of Marsha, Christopher, and Aaron centered at the altar. Aaron and Christopher's father, Dr. Christopher Edwards, stood and greeted almost everyone who walked in with the procession. Several of the organizations the family was part of were there too. Marsha Edwards was a member of the Camilla Rose chapter of the Lynx. They were all seated together in white. And the Woodward Academy chorus from Christopher and Aaron's former school sang at the service. Family members spoke and remembered their lives with emotional and even at times funny anecdotes. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, a close friend of the family, was the last to speak. She remembered the tenacity and character of Christopher and spoke about the time he interned at the city council office. She said Aaron's laughter brightened every room and that she could have taken over the mayor's communications office. Mayor Bottoms announced a portion of the mayor's scholarship fund will now be named after Christopher and Aaron. And in lieu of flowers, people have been asked to donate to the multiple memorial and scholarship funds set up in their honor.
To this day, the reason why Marsha did what she did is still unknown. I think it's very important to highlight that although she didn't have a history of mental illness and didn't show any signs to the people around her, that doesn't mean that it didn't exist. Some people are very good at keeping the hurt inside and never showing anyone any type of sign that they're struggling.
Thank you all for coming to my birthday brunch here at SitDown. This is a favorite place of ours. We come every week. We come here every single time. But thank you for coming. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. Take it. Oh, all right. You have anything to say? It was a pleasure. It was always a pleasure to spend time with my daughter. Happy birthday.
Now, when it comes to what transpired in that home, a lot of people believe that Marsha did it. But then there are a few that believe maybe the whole story hasn't been told. In fact, there are theories running around that this was a hit. And, there's nothing to corroborate that. The police did release a statement and say that they analyzed that scene very thoroughly and they found no evidence that a third party was involved. When it comes to the other theories, I'm not going to get into that. Personally, me, I feel like it's a little bit disrespectful, given the moment, because outside of what they released, I see nothing to implicate anyone else either. This story is truly all around tragic and sad, and my heart goes out to Christopher Edwards. For him to have to lose his family in the fashion that it happened is truly breathtaking. I know that by the end of this video and learning what you learned, a lot of people might have some hard feelings towards Marsha, and rightfully so. But you must also understand that you just never know what a person is struggling with. When it all boils down, the truth of the matter is that on that day, 3 people lost their lives: Marsha Edwards, Christopher Edwards, and Aaron Edwards. My heart truly hurts for Christopher and Aaron because they were taken at such a young age, 24 years old and 20. Very smart individuals who are about to conquer the world. If you are a person who is struggling with mental health or you have ill thoughts, please don't be afraid to reach out to someone else. I will be linking a number inside of the description, a hotline that's open 24 hours. And anytime that you're feeling down or feel the need to talk to someone else, they'll be there for you. Remember that you are not in this fight alone. I hope that if you're watching this video, you will take this as a learning experience. And if you suffer with depression or mental health, always remember that you do matter. My heart truly goes out to Marsha Edwards as well. I'm sorry that she lost her fight with whatever she was struggling with. I truly hope that she finds peace inside of her sleep. Rest in peace, Christopher and Aaron Edwards. Thank you for being a light for others.
Man. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. That's sad, man. Trippy. Mac, you there?
That shit right there. God.
Yeah.
What's going on with why would she do that to her own family though? Like, what was going on in her head?
You know, some sort of pain. Some sort of pain. You know, it seemed like and her kids were successful. They were older. It seems like some kind of trauma she had when they split up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes women can't bounce back from that. Men too. Some people can't bounce. She loved her husband. Something happened between her and her husband.
You said, what about the husband?
something happened between her and her husband before they split up, sent her probably to the left. You know
It
what I
probably
mean?
was her mental state.
Because sometimes you could grieve. I don't know. See, we don't know if the husband cheated and she found out. We don't know if she cheated and got caught. But something happened that hurt her. If she deeply for her to do that, I mean, oof. So they're saying he walked in and they were all gone?
Yep.
If she did it, I would have to see the angles of the gunshot wounds. But if she did it, she did that to hurt him. Something. Or to take your kids out with you. You trying to hurt somebody.
To take your kids out with you.
You gotta be seriously hurt, and you trying to get back at him, or I don't know, man. Maybe she was off her meds. I don't know, because it seemed like she was getting some kind of help, right? I mean, I don't know, man.
Help from what though? Like, what would make a mother kill her kids that came out of her? Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, psychotic. It could be that for someone to take their kids out with them, they trying to hurt somebody. I would think. Your kids ain't got nothing to do with your relationships. You know, something happened. Words was said. And I'm thinking she's had an I'll show you moment. Now, that's if she did it. It could be that maybe somebody hired somebody. It could be that there was some kind of misdealings and somebody took somebody's family out. I'm not necessarily convinced all the way that the mother did it. Just because she had mental health issues. If the kids was living with her, they was probably helping her out, taking care of her. So, 3 scenarios. Either she did it, the dad did it, somebody was hired to do it, or a deal gone wrong and somebody took the family out. You know how it can go. You know how it can go. So, but somebody wanted somebody to hurt. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, about how she killed her kids, you would have thought it was something going on with her and her husband.
Yeah. I think that's normally something happened where she couldn't bounce back. And she wanted to hurt him. How do you hurt the daddy? You take the kids out. As sad as that, I don't like to mention that kind of thing, but it happens. You take the kids with you. You take everything from him.
Yeah.
That would be what it is. If they're showing that there is nobody, unless a professional came in, they're showing there is no way that it could have happened from the outside. It's a possibility. Now let's think about it. What if one of the kids did it?
One of the kids, they gonna probably say it was one of the kids or the husband. What you mean you walked in and just seen them like that? Like, that's just like, for her to do that or for one of them kids to do that is still crazy. However they want to do it.
It could have been a professional hit. You know them good professionals. They know how to get in and out with no detection. I need to see how the gunshot angles and see. From what I heard, what it sounds like, truth be told, what it sounds like, it may have been a professional hit. Somebody wanted somebody to hurt.
You think it was a hit?
Could have been, man. For someone to take out your whole family and you the only one left, you walk in and this is happening, it might have been a professional hit. And they know how to get in and out without being detected. You watch, you know how they do. They watch the family, figure out the weaknesses, come on in. But professionals. So it had to be from somebody. Man, I don't know. Again, somebody wanted somebody to hurt. It's one thing to take yourself out. Okay, makes a small impact. All right. But if you take the kids with you, woo! A person can feel like their world is gone. You know what I'm saying? So either a professional hit or one of the family members, one of the family members did it. Are you able to? Is it okay to run it back?
Yeah, we can watch it again.
Yeah, because I'm interested to see if they mention her gunshot wound.
She said the son was shot 5 times. So what the fuck? What was she thinking?
Oof. And how many times was the daughter shot?
I think didn't she shoot her in her head or something?
Okay. And then how did she pass?
She shot herself too in the head.
Yeah, I would like to see the autopsy on that case, man. If there's somewhere we can find it, because that'll tell you if she did it or if it was made to look like she did it. They didn't really give too many details about the case in that, whether or not she was left or right-handed, things like that, For me, that would tell me whether or not she did it. But 5 times to your son that's doing well?
What will make you want to shoot? What will make you want to shoot your son 5 times like that? That's the question you got to ask yourself. What will make you want to shoot your son 5 times like that?
Your son would have to be literally trying to attack you, and you trying to get him off you. You have to be pissed at that motherfucker. Because when you shoot somebody, you pretty much empty, depending on what you got, you trying to empty the clip. 5 times?
Up close in person.
Something was going on. For him to get shot 5 times. Something happened. Did the son try to attack the mom? Did someone try to attack? Something happened, man. I mean, even if you're mental, something had to happen. The son, the only time I would, God forbid, if I had to shoot
Y'all
one
know
of my
that a lot of families lack those values. A dysfunctional family can be spotted from a mile away. It's not hard to see when things aren't what they're portrayed to be. But what about a family that seems perfect, and then out of nowhere, things begin to surface, and what you thought was near perfect was far from it?
This story begins with a woman who everyone around her knew as simply Marsha. Marsha is described as a bubbly personality, someone who was also affectionate. From early on in life at a very young age, Marsha was always someone who was driven, ready to take on the world. Upon graduating, Marsha knew exactly the field she wanted to enter. She would enter the medical field. This career choice would lead her to Louisiana State University School of Medicine, located in New Orleans. While in New Orleans, she would meet a man who goes by the name of Christopher Edwards, a man who is described as a gentleman, very strong-minded. He was also extremely driven and ready to reach his goals. He would attend Morehouse College, but then he would accept an internship in New Orleans, Louisiana. With Christopher Edwards also being in the medical field, he was bound to run into Marsha one way or another, and as fate would have it, they would cross paths. After meeting each other, they would realize that they had a lot in common, a lot of the same goals as well, and they would quickly begin to fall for each other. And after some time passes, they decide to make it official, and Marsha would officially take Christopher's last name. Upon leaving school in Louisiana, both Marsha and Christopher would decide to relocate to Atlanta, Georgia. It would be here that they would begin their family. June 30th, 1995, the world would make way for Christopher Edwards. Christopher would enter this world and take the name of his father. He would be a junior, but the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. He was also, at a young age, very driven and eager to learn. He was described as very skilled. He was polite, and like his father, he was also a gentleman. 4 years after the birth of Christopher Edwards Jr., they would welcome a daughter into this world. June 21st, 1999, the world would make way for Erin Edwards. She's described as a person who was lighthearted, kind, giving, and just like her parents and her brother, she was also a driven soul. With Erin Edwards entering this world, their little family would be complete. But after the birth of Erin, things began to decline in the relationship of Marsha and Christopher. And after trying to fix things and being unsuccessful, they would decide to separate. But although they did divorce, they did maintain a healthy relationship for their children's sake. One by one, Christopher and Erin Edwards would graduate from high school and begin their journey as adults. Upon graduation, Christopher Edwards would attend Elon University, and his little sister Erin would relocate to Boston University. Chris focused most of his time on sports. He was a self-proclaimed sports nerd who, after graduation, would land a job at ESPN. Erin Edwards was also taking the journalism route. She even landed an internship at NBC.
Now, you hear all these things these kids doing.
Right.
These is great things, and these is your kids.
Yeah, there should be a lot of pride there.
Come on now.
I'm wondering what was the problem between the two where they split.
By the year of 2019, Marsha Edwards would be 58 years old, Christopher would be 24, and Erin Edwards would be 20. At this point in their life, their father would be a prominent surgeon in the area of Atlanta, and their mother would be a successful business owner. But to add to their parents' success, they had raised two smart children who were headed for the stars. Looking from the outside in, it seemed as if this family had it all. But something was soon to happen that would put that into question. August 21st, 2019. Christopher Edwards Sr. would be trying to contact his son, but after multiple attempts to reach him and not being successful, he begins to worry. And after too much time elapses, by 6 p.m. on that day, he would be contacting the authorities. After receiving the call, they would be dispatched to the Vining suburb, a wealthy community where Marsha Edwards and her 2 children lived in a 4-story, raised 2 smart children.
This is James. James left his 9-to-5 job and is now making over $50,000 a month online. James is implementing a 2-part system that
Our children who were headed for the stars. Looking from the outside in, it seemed as if this family had it all. But something was soon to happen that would put that into question. August 21st, 2019. Christopher Edwards Sr. would be trying to contact his son, but after multiple attempts to reach him and not being successful, he begins to worry. And after too much time elapses, by 6 p.m. on that day, he would be contacting the authorities.
Don't that seem kind of strange?
Not to be able to get a hold of your kid, yeah.
Don't that seem no? This is what I'm saying. Say like I call you, you don't answer. I call you at 6 o'clock, you don't answer. Now I'm calling the police talking about you missing. What the fuck is going on here?
Did he? Oh, so he must have done a welfare check.
How you say a motherfucker missing just because they ain't answering that day?
My thing is, yeah, I see what you said. So wait a minute, hold up.
How's they missing that fast?
No, they ain't missing, especially if they're grown. They usually do a 48-hour. You don't report nobody missing on the first ring. No, you don't. Okay, I see your angle. Play that part back again.
Would put that into question. August 21st, 2019. Christopher Edwards Sr. would be trying to contact his son, but after multiple attempts to reach him and not being successful, he begins to worry. And after too much time elapses, by 6 p.m. on that day, he would be contacting the authorities. After receiving the call, they would be dispatched to the Vining suburb, a wealthy community where Marsha Edwards and her 2 children lived in a 4-story townhome. While attempting to do this welfare check, there is no answer, so they make entry. But upon entering the home, what they discover is heartbreaking. In his bedroom, 24-year-old Christopher Edwards would be found, laying inside of his bed with multiple gunshot wounds. As the authorities begin to make their way through the home and clear other areas, inside of another room, they would discover the body of 58-year-old Marsha Edwards and 20-year-old Aaron Edwards. Both the mother and daughter were also found with gunshot wounds, and all 3 victims were declared deceased upon arrival. The authorities would then have to prepare themselves to tell Christopher Edwards the bad news that his family had just been murdered.
Sean and Adam, we just found out from Cobb County Police that 3 adults, 2 women, and 1 man, that they died from apparent gunshot wounds inside this townhome. Right now, Cobb County Police are inside. You can see through some of these windows, the lights are on as they investigate and try to figure out what exactly happened. We are told that this was discovered through a welfare check at around 6 p.m. tonight. Now, at this point, we haven't been told whether or not the family and friends who asked police to perform that welfare check how long it had been since they last heard from these three individuals. Police also not telling us yet how these three individuals knew each other, what their exact relationship was like, only that they all lived here inside this townhouse throughout the past few hours since we have been on scene. We have seen about a dozen or so police officers out here going around the townhouse through this green area that sits in between this end unit and also the fence line right here, with flashlights also going through there, making several rounds around the townhouse. And it wasn't until about 9:30 this evening that they finally actually went inside. So still a lot of information that we are waiting to get from Cobb County Police, since they just made it inside the unit a few hours ago. They also have not yet revealed where exactly these three people were found inside the home, but again, only that it was two women and one man who did die from these apparent gunshot wounds. We're going to continue to follow this story and bring you more updates as they become available.
After processing the crime scene, the next step is to find out exactly what happened. The bodies would be shipped off to the coroner's office for further processing, and they were awaiting autopsy results. But in the meantime, they began to question friends and other family members, trying to get a clue as to what could have happened. Who would want to harm a family who's done nothing but try to help their community? The daughter, Erin Edwards, who was 20 years old, often spent her time fighting for human rights, was now the subject of a murder investigation. And upon speaking to family and friends, they didn't offer any details. No one could figure out anyone who had a bad bone in their body towards that family. They were held in high regards in the community and got along with just about everyone, so the thought of someone wanting to harm them seemed far-fetched to the people who actually knew them. While conducting their investigation, the authorities would run across the Instagram page of Marsha Edwards, who on the day of the incident just so happened to make a post. It was a picture of Marsha, and the caption read, "I've had the best summer, first with Chris in Miami and Aaron in Italy. I could not ask for better children." A post that at the moment seemed very sad. A mother reflecting upon her time with their children. But the feeling of that post was soon to change, because when the autopsy results are released, people begin to question why she made this post. An autopsy would reveal that Christopher Edwards Jr. was shot while laying in his bed 5 times. 20-year-old Erin Edwards would be shot twice in the left arm and once in the chest. That wound would, in fact, be the fatal wound that claimed her life. When the autopsy of 58-year-old Marsha Edwards was concluded, she would be shot once in the chest, but the medical examiner would determine that this wound was self-inflicted. A post that at the moment seemed very sad. A mother reflecting upon her time with their children. But the feeling of that post was soon to change, because when the autopsy results are released, people begin to question why she made this post. An autopsy would reveal that Christopher Edwards Jr. was shot while laying in his bed 5 times. 20-year-old Erin Edwards would be shot twice in the left arm and once in the chest. That wound would, in fact, be the fatal wound that claimed her life. When the autopsy of 58-year-old Marsha Edwards was concluded, she would be shot once in the chest, but the medical examiner would determine that this wound was self-inflicted. With this newfound information, the homicide detective would close the case, because at that time, they thought it was clear-cut. Marsha Edwards had harmed her children and then turned the weapon on herself. But now the authorities were faced with the question, why? Why did she do it? But no one could answer the question. 58-year-old Marsha Edwards never had a history of mental illness, and family and friends around her, by all means, thought she was happy. But things aren't always what they seem, are they? Christopher Edwards would be forced to bury his family without any real answers as to why it happened.
While I'm a paid actor, and this isn't a real company, there's no way to fake how fast you can hire on Upwork. With Upwork, you can post a job, get proposals, and hire all in the same day. We're getting projects done 3 times faster with a hybrid team because this is how we work now.
I love the Funables are made with real fruit puree.
What's real fruit puree? Funables, have fun. Eat it too.
Many family and friends still in disbelief as they gathered today to remember a prominent Atlanta area family after the tragic deaths last week. A joint memorial service was held for Dr. Marsha Edwards and her adult children, Christopher and Aaron Edwards. Cobb County Police say that Marsha Edwards shot Aaron and Christopher inside their Vinings townhome last week, then killed herself.
Well, they called it a celebration of life, not a funeral. And it was obvious today how many lives the Edwards family impacted as dozens gathered at Cascade United Methodist Church in Southwest Atlanta for their memorial service. And there were no caskets, just 3 large framed photos of Marsha, Christopher, and Aaron centered at the altar. Aaron and Christopher's father, Dr. Christopher Edwards, stood and greeted almost everyone who walked in with the procession. Several of the organizations the family was part of were there too. Marsha Edwards was a member of the Camilla Rose chapter of the Lynx. They were all seated together in white. And the Woodward Academy chorus from Christopher and Aaron's former school sang at the service. Family members spoke and remembered their lives with emotional and even at times funny anecdotes. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, a close friend of the family, was the last to speak. She remembered the tenacity and character of Christopher and spoke about the time he interned at the city council office. She said Aaron's laughter brightened every room and that she could have taken over the mayor's communications office. Mayor Bottoms announced a portion of the mayor's scholarship fund will now be named after Christopher and Aaron. And in lieu of flowers, people have been asked to donate to the multiple memorial and scholarship funds set up in their honor.
To this day, the reason why Marsha did what she did is still unknown. I think it's very important to highlight that although she didn't have a history of mental illness and didn't show any signs to the people around her, that doesn't mean that it didn't exist. Some people are very good at keeping the hurt inside and never showing anyone any type of sign that they're struggling.
Thank you all for coming to my birthday brunch here at SitDown. This is a favorite place of ours. We come every week. We come here every single day. Yeah. But thank you for coming. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate it. Take it. Oh, all right. You have anything to say? It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to spend time with Michael. Happy birthday.
This is James. James left his 9-to-5 job and is now making over $50,000 a month online. James is implementing a 2-part system that requires 0 experience, gets him results fast, and didn't require massive out-of-pocket expenses. And the best part about James and that $50K, it's coming in month after month after month without fail. Look, I know you might be skeptical. This is too good to be true, right? And that's completely okay. Here's other successful everyday people doing exactly what James is doing. They all wanted an extra side income. They all wanted to do it from home. They wanted something that was.
Now, when it comes to what transpired in that home, a lot of people believe that Marsha did it. But then there are a few that believe maybe the whole story hasn't been told. In fact, there are theories running around that this was a hit. And, there's nothing to corroborate that. The police did release a statement and say that they analyzed that scene very thoroughly and they found no evidence that a third party was involved. When it comes to the other theories, I'm not going to get into that. Personally, me, I feel like it's a little bit disrespectful, given the moment, because outside of what they released, I see nothing to implicate anyone else either. This story is truly all around tragic and sad. And my heart goes out to Christopher Edwards. For him to have to lose his family in the fashion that it happened is truly breathtaking. I know that by the end of this video and learning what you learned, a lot of people might have some hard feelings towards Marsha, and rightfully so. But you must also understand that you just never know what a person is struggling with. When it all boils down, the truth of the matter is that on that day, 3 people lost their lives: Marsha Edwards, Christopher Edwards, and Aaron Edwards. My heart truly hurts for Christopher and Aaron because they were taken at such a young age, 24 years old and 20. Very smart individuals who are about to conquer the world. If you are a person who is struggling with mental health or you have ill thoughts, please don't be afraid to reach out to someone else. I will be linking a number inside of the description, a hotline that's open 24 hours. And anytime that you're feeling down or feel the need to talk to someone else, they'll be there for you. Remember that you are not in this fight alone. I hope that if you're watching this video, you will take this as a learning experience. And if you suffer with depression or mental health, always remember that you do matter. My heart truly goes out to Marsha Edwards as well. I'm sorry that she lost her fight with whatever she was struggling with. I truly hope that she finds peace inside of her sleep. Rest in peace, Christopher and Aaron Edwards. Thank you for being a light for others.
Isn't the father a doctor? Mac, you there?
Yeah, what you was saying?
Isn't the father a doctor?
Yeah.
So, and I'm not trying to, I'm just trying to figure this out because the father would know. It's a possibility the father would know what it takes to make a gunshot wound look like self-inflicted, right?
Yeah, the mama shit was self inflicted.
I'm looking at the time frame.
It's how it all started for me, from when the daddy said, "Oh well, I called looking for my son," and then he just wasn't answering. So now I'm about to I need a wellness check. What the, like that's what is weird to me, right there.
I'm pretty sure he's called his son before and he didn't answer. But then the son would call back later. The son is he's busy. His daughter's busy, and the mother's probably busy. You don't normally send a wellness check until like maybe a day or two after you call. These are grown kids. It's not like he's a little boy. So he had like you said, he had a wellness check at 6 p.m. that night. Something's off with that. You don't normally do that. you'd have to be like trying to call in for days. You know what I mean?
You see what I'm saying? Like that. I don't know, man. Like
Anybody can make a wound look like a self-inflicted. We know that, especially professionals. So- Something ain't right with this. I don't think the mother did it. I really don't. You would have to have a certain kind of hate to shoot your son 5 times while he's laying down, and then go and shoot your daughter like that, and then you shoot yourself in the chest. Most people shoot themselves in the head to make sure, you know, because you could get shot in the chest and still survive. But anybody can make it look like somebody, you know, self-inflicted a wound. It has
Money
been.
Bird, what you think of this shit, Money Bird?
Ooh. First of all, I believe they did a thorough investigation. Reason being is because both of them doctors. The son was gonna work for ESPN. Not only the mayor was there. I feel like they did that investigation because me learning of a forensic investigation, they have to do the gunpowder, the residue. They have to, like you said, where the bullets come from, all that. They have to do all that with a thorough investigation. So I believe they did the investigation. Far as the father, I think he noted she was a little crazy, but because of their titles, that's something you don't let out your house. He's a doctor. They got the mayor coming to this funeral. They done started a scholarship in the kid's name. Come on, think about that. Some things you can't let out your house when you up under the platform. Look at who we talking about, Remy Ma and Papu. Even if something was going on in their house, they wouldn't let it out. You just hear about what happened afterwards. So I feel like she snapped. I don't know if she was going through the change, hormones, or like you said, she been hurt and was holding it in, trying to keep faith. But I feel like she was fighting some demons, and she lost it. She lost the fight.
The father knew something.
Yeah, he had to know. That's why he left her. Or
Well, not just that. The father knew or felt something because he had a wellness check done the same day that he.
Yes, of course, because he did. He knew. I believe it was an argument that was had. She might have told him. She might have said something because he kept trying to call his son phone. He knew that something went right, but I bet you he would never say it.
No, you can't.
He can't. He a doctor. Doctors don't have that type of problems. She was she was a doctor too, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So doctors don't have that type of problem.
No, they don't.
So they say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, doctors do
But
have problems.
when I worked at the hospital, most of them got drunk more than anybody I know.
Yep, and they have access to certain things.
Yes. To sum it all up, she was fighting her demons and she lost the fight. But for her to shoot her son 5 times.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get that part.
Unless it was an automatic and she was just squeezing and hollering. But if that's the case, why the little girl didn't run in there? Or did she shoot the little girl first and then went in there and shot him? It looked like a pretty big house.
So if you hear a gunshot in another room, you're gonna come out and see what the hell's going on, or you're gonna hide.
Yeah, what kind of gun was it? Did it have a
So she
silencer
should have been
on it?
shot not far from his room. The daughter.
Yeah, they didn't even mention the gun was found on the ground, or they
Yeah.
didn't.
See,
They
that
left
means
out a
there's
whole lot
more
of
to
stuff.
this.
That's something you have to go
You
look
see,
up,
if
I
the
guess.
son was shot once, maybe twice, okay. But he was shot 5 times in his chest.
That's why the daddy called him. If you ask me, she said something to him.
But you don't think that's weird that he did that fake ass wellness check?
No, that's what I'm saying, man. It had to be a conversation between that mama and that daddy, because the daddy called the son, the one who was shot 5 times. It was something. It was something there. It had to be an argument or something. I feel in my spirit. That's why he didn't call his daughter.
See? If you know they live in the same house, you can't get a hold of your son, you call your daughter.
Exactly. If I can't
Can't
get
get
a
a hold of
hold
your
of my
daughter,
son, I'm gonna
you
call my
call the
daughter
mother.
here.
If you can't get a hold of neither one of them, you call the mother.
Yes, but I believe he had already got into it with the mama. It was something happened,
Yeah, something happened. There's more to this.
and they
That's
don't
why
want
I'm
their
not.
business out because they're doctors.
And as I said, even though they did a thorough investigation, it can make it look like professionals can make it look like a gun, a self-inflicted. They can. So something happened.
We don't know they did a thorough investigation. They just saying that.
Reason why I said that, Matt, because they doctors. The mayor was at that funeral. You know, ain't no mayor gonna show up to somewhere where it's filed like some type of, you know what I'm saying? Come on now, you don't hang around people like that. It's a different scope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
So
you never know. Some of these people are crooked now.
yeah, I ain't saying they ain't crooked. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure they went in there. And then you gotta think about the neighborhood. They got the HMO. People that probably live in that neighborhood with them houses or whatever, because it looked like a pretty big house. The homeowner association, all that, know they're part of that. They ain't gonna feel safe without no answers.
I don't know, man. I
I
don't know.
believe she did it. I believe she might have did it.
I don't know. Something in me is telling me that she didn't.
Something to me telling me she did. I feel like she was fighting a battle, whatever that is. We'll never know, but I bet you the daddy no. And I'm not blaming him, but it was something he probably knew about her.
What she knew about. I don't know. I think it was a hit.
If it was a hit and he let the case be closed, then yeah, he got something to do with it. But come on now, your whole family got killed. You ain't gonna push the issue if you think, nah,
Right.
she couldn't have did that. You
Right.
gonna
Right.
That's gonna give me a clue. Either you did it or it was an investigation. And you know it was.
Somebody could have gave him a call and told him what it was and what it ain't. And if so didn't, this would happen. You know how sometimes that can happen.
What? You said what can happen?
It could have been he got maybe there was a threat that was called into him. And if so, if he didn't do something, this and third would happen. And maybe he didn't take it seriously or something. I don't know. But whatever it was happened. and that may have made him call his son.
So you think the daddy had something to do with how we didn't know the son wasn't doing that? You know what I'm saying? They
That's
ain't
the
gonna never
thing.
let
We don't
nobody know.
You gotta think. The son, he was about to work for ESPN, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh.
It's like in order to work for them, you got to do certain things. Like in certain schools, like you can't just be no newscaster or no motherfucker. You got to really know sports. I'm talking about the in and outs, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not just one sport, every sport. So it's like for his mind to be focused on that, I don't think he would do something like that. His sister
No,
was
I ain't saying
a
he doing. It
journalist,
might be somebody he was dealing with. Where the
but look,
most bets? Where the most bets come from?
they don't
Everything.
got time.
Sports.
They don't got time to be doing that.
What making
You
bets?
know what I'm saying? Like
He
I
got
think
shot
they
5 times.
he got shot 5 times, and
Yeah,
then
that was
they all
assault
got
on
chest
him.
shots. I don't know what the fuck had me thinking they got shot in the head. These motherfuckers get shot in the chest. Man, what the hell? And then and they saying it's self-inflicted, but I mean, if I point a gun like this at my chest, if I point a gun at my chest like at an angle with my hand like this, can someone on the other side of me hold the gun the same way, even though that I'm holding to myself?
That's what forensics is for the residue,
Yeah,
the
but a
gunpowder.
professional can make it look like you did it yourself. They may even put the gun in your hand.
Look, notice they never said nothing about gunshot residue was found on that lady's hands.
They did not say that. No.
No, I just listened to the difference between investigation and then thorough investigation. Those two different
But
things.
notice they never said they found gunshot residue on that lady's hands.
So why you think the daddy closed the case then?
That nigga got something to do with it.
So you think he got something to do with it?
People who
Hell
close
yeah,
the
man. I think he killed. He probably had a relationship going on. She was hot. Instead of getting a divorce, he killed her for the money that you get when you die. The fucking insurance policy.
So they didn't get a divorce. Okay.
I don't know.
Did they divorce or they were separated?
They were separated, I think.
Yeah, they were separated.
So even if
Why keep her alive? Kill her. Then kill the kids and make it seem like she did it. You gotta think. Why would he call and make that bullshit ass wellness check?
I just told you 2 reasons. I thought
He already done bust the play. He probably already done been did it.
or hire someone else to do it, a professional.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
He
why? Because look, they wouldn't have been found missing if he wouldn't have never said nothing. You see what I'm saying? They would have never been found if he wouldn't have said nothing.
that's why I feel like it was something that happened in between.
It's either I'm gonna call and make myself like far away from the house as possible. I'm gonna call and make it seem like I'm far away as possible, and then I'm gonna make it seem like, all right, something going on. Or I can walk up in the house and see everybody in here, and then call the police and say somebody broke into my house and killed my family. Which story sounds more realistic? Okay, let me be far away from the house, and then I'm gonna call them and say, "Hey, my son hasn't been answering. This is not like him. Could somebody make a wellness check to my home? I'm a doctor. I work, and I can't leave the hospital right now." And they go check the house and find them people dead in there like that. That nigga got something to do with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm slowly looking at it.
I feel like she did it.
Yeah, well, there it is.
You know,
I don't believe the mama did it either. Shout out to Chevy down there in the chat. I don't believe the mama did it either.
If you
That,
love your
that
children, you're
the
not
the
going to shoot
reason
them five
why,
times in
because
the
friends and family. I mean, if somebody having disputes or whatever, even if they is separated, but they was like they still did their thing with their children. Like they still was dealing with each other,
What if the father was the one gambling?
gambling.
So the father got a gambling debt, and they went and killed his wife and shit.
I don't know.
I'm just throwing it out there. I really don't believe the mother did that.
So who you think did it? The kids or the husband?
I think the husband knows what's happening. I don't know.
Yeah, I said I think you know what's going on, but I don't believe he did it.
No, not him personally. There's something's going on. Now, let's look at it another way. Maybe the wife was moving on, right? Maybe the wife was moving on.
And see, they ain't gonna let you that close in their business to know every detail of that
Right.
man. So
So he could have said, ain't nobody, I don't know, man. We don't know the dynamics of why they separated. Did he cheat and she said, fuck that? Or did,
or
she
did
cheat?
she cheat?
Yes, did she cheat and he said, fuck that? Or was someone moving on from the situation? Someone wanted to get the divorce done completely? We don't know the details. That would kind of give a clue as to the what's what.
Yeah, usually down here, like in Atlanta, they don't close no case like that without investigating. I know this for a fact. When it comes to like families and kids, yeah, it ain't getting closed like that. But especially if it's a home invasion or somebody coming in, somebody came in, they had to have a key. Somebody came when the windows broke, no, you know what I'm saying?
So
Yeah.
my thing is, didn't they say the mayor came to the funeral, right?
Yeah, because they were a part of different organizations. She had her daughter was basically she was a journalist and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, remember she was fighting. Maybe she saw something she
She was
wasn't.
fighting for human rights.
Yeah, maybe the daughter saw something she wasn't supposed to see.
I believe the boy was asleep and she was alive because she got shot in the arm, then in the chest. That's what killed her.
See, I would need to know more. Did she struggle when she got shot in the arm? That means she was holding her hand up or something. You know what I'm saying? Or in a tight fetal position. Something. Yeah, this is. But the son got shot 5 times.
What kind of gun hold that many bullets? A extended
It would
clip?
have to be. Somebody was trying to empty the clip.
Yeah.
What
Something.
kind of gun mama had? My
Well,
mama got a 38, a little small gun or a 9mm. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
there's certain missing details in this case that we don't know about.
Yeah.
That this is a yeah. This is to me it
Just like his codes with police officers. They have a code. Doctors have a code too.
yeah. But we
Like
don't.
forensics and all them, that might have been their friends.
What was they doing? There you go. What were they doing? What was their personal life like when they were off work or
She
not
said
doing?
she had been to Miami with her son and Italy with
Hmm.
her daughter.
So why would you something 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 ain't right here. I can't believe I just can't see the mother doing this.
I have the best kid. Then she posted it right before she died.
Hmm. That
I
would
have the
be
best
such a
kids.
pride. That would be There's a lot of love between the three of them.
Well,
So
some people, well, I
I
can't.
don't know. I don't know, but I don't believe that the mother did it. I think this was a professional hit. We need to know more about the situation, especially the separation and what else was
It
going on.
was something, like I said, either the daddy knew what was going on or he had something to do with it. But why would, you know what I'm saying, you let a case close and you don't believe it? My wife, I don't believe her. I've been with her these many years and I don't believe she would have did nothing like that.
Yeah.
He knew something.
When you are in organizations and things like that, you are dealing with higher ups. I mean, you've got friends in, you know, close places. Things can be handled a certain way. So, I mean, I don't know. I can't, maybe the daughter was looking at some corruption, you know, and she found out something. That's what journalists do. And, we don't know. It's not
Yeah,
easy.
Tall Glass said the mama should have, he took an oath if she was unstable. He should have stepped up and tried to do something as a doctor.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know if he did try. You know, we don't know.
There's too many holes in this case. There's too many holes, too many unanswered questions that need to be looked at. So it's kind of hard to. I'm not gonna go with the narrative. I'm not gonna go with that. I can't. I can't see the narrative. I can see it, but I don't know. Something is fishy here. Something is fishy. You don't do a wellness check unless it's been a couple days and you ain't heard from nobody. These are busy people, all of them. So a wellness check
It
the
had to be something.
same
He had to
day,
tell them something. He
the
had to tell
same
them
day,
something. But they ain't telling us that either. Because they ain't none of our business.
right? But
With him being a doctor.
right, yeah, that part. But yeah, that's a lot odd. Something he knows something, and he's letting it play out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because behind closed doors, we don't know what the what's what is, and and that's in all their lives. Um, so
Yeah,
I'm
like the Murdoch case of the man who killed his wife and his son down here in South Carolina or whatnot. I really think that man would have got off with the murder if he hadn't robbed so many people as a lawyer, as an attorney, taking millions of dollars. That's what got him in trouble. I believe it wasn't even the murder. I believe he would have got off. But the only thing that they did after they did all the tests and everything was that cell phone. That cell phone. They didn't find no blood, no nothing. Then he an attorney, so you knew he knew what to do.
and the dad is a doctor, and he knows what to do.
Yeah, but
So
it would have seemed like he would have did something a little smarter than that if he was gonna. Yeah.
yeah, this is a weird case because it just doesn't. It's too easy. I don't know. Something ain't right. You don't do a wellness check unless you ain't heard from nobody in like days.
And that's the thing. We don't get the whole investigation when it comes to these murders. We
Right.
only the before a little bit and they make it look like peaches and cream and then the end.
I just,
'Cause
yeah,
they made it look so beautiful.
yeah.
They always make a story look so beautiful. Because they don't want to tarnish nobody's name or nobody. You know what I'm saying?
hmm especially if he's prominent.
In the community. The whole family was prominent.
Yes. So I feel like there's more to this that needs to be seen before I make a judgment about, the mother.
Yeah, but the case closed.
Yeah, but the beautiful thing about it, uh, there's no, what's that called? Statute of limitations for murder.
But it's not considered a murder like the man said that was talking about it or showing us the case. Like he even said, you know, it was closed. And anything else would be considered disrespectful. So everything I said is allegedly from this point on.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a closed murder. That's just law. You know how law works.
Yeah.
It's but
This is like almost perfect.
why is it perfect?
I said almost perfect because whatever.
Why? Because it was an open and closed
Pretty much.
case like that.
Yeah, it's just weird, man. It's weird.
Well, it's too good to be true. Basically, but you never know. Sometimes shit be true, and it don't even seem like it should be true.
Yeah, true that. I will say that, but I just kind of, this kind of looks
You
funny.
kind of need to know more information.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
just said you gotta know which way the bullets was coming.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah,
The
there's more.
what this called the trajectory. I can't say it.
Yeah, trajectory.
Trajectory of the bullets.
Yeah, left or right-handed. How we do it? Because even Mac just showed you. So I mean, I don't know. I gotta see.
Exactly, and that they had to see something to just say that.
Well, again, there are professionals.
What was the gun? Was it laying on the floor when it fell?
I don't know. Yeah, see this kind of stuff. I mean,
Yeah, that's the stuff they supposed to know. They probably know.
somebody may feel for the doctor, the man, and just kind of, you know. So I don't know, but we never know who covered for what and what really was what. You know, this case is weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it to be pinned on her if she didn't do it, but the law done said she did it, and I wouldn't want it to be pinned on him if he didn't do it. That's a bad way to go out.
Something's gonna come of this.
Yeah.
Something's gonna come of this. That means that.
If you did this once and you got away with it, you'll do it again. And something to link you back.
That's a lot of hate to shoot your son, your beautiful son,
5 times.
5 motherfucking times, and then your daughter 3 times. That's a lot of hate. That's a lot of disturbance. So that's why I'm saying that.
Oh, she said the autopsies were done. The mother had less than the legal limit of alcohol, and the daughter's body was decomposed. So he didn't call right away.
He knew something. He knows something.
Oh, they had just came back from Italy and had been gone. Had been in the States for 2 days.
Something.
So it's more to this story. See what I'm saying? That might have been why he was calling then. She said the daughter's body was decomposed.
Damn.
So maybe he didn't just tell us the story right.
Well, look, Pete, this dog. If the you know why the daughter body was decomposed, right? Because the daddy Ben did something to her. He the one that Ben did something and then made it seem as if like, oh man, I don't know why my son and them ain't answering. It's weird as hell. Since when a motherfucker don't answer one time be weird as hell? It'd be somebody that be like you'd be talking to probably, and they like mad at you, so they ain't talking to you. You think a motherfucker reported a motherfucker missing?
No,
they
look, Ryan, you seen what she said before that though. She said they had only been back for 2 days from Italy. You remember the mama put up that post that day?
Yeah.
So that's even more stranger because was she in there with her dead body before she killed herself?
So y'all think the mama did something and had her like that?
Chevy says more to the story.
I don't feel that she did.
Chevy, you gotta hit the link.
Yeah,
Like,
come up here, enlighten us.
Hit the link.
Cause we only going by what that man just said.
Yeah, I seen that story and I'm like, let me play this shit for Gangland because I know they're gonna be into it. Like, it's hella like weird, if you will, to where, all right. Oh, you got this good ass family. Shouldn't be nothing going on. Should be nothing wrong. Really.
Everybody's busy. Everybody's living their
Yeah.
life.
Chevy says she's investigating.
Man, hit the link. Hit the link. Hit the link.
Yeah, come on up here because you got more of the story. Make me want to go investigate. Because I knew it when that cut, dry and cut like that.
Not like that.
Nah, we got too much
And you
brain.
just came back from Italy? Your ass would be too tired. Nah, you sitting there chilling, probably having a glass
So
of
she had a
wine.
glass of wine. She had
She's
to
relaxing.
relax.
I think I'm gonna go shoot my kids now. Are you crazy?
Fuck it, let me go shoot my kids there.
Yeah, I done had my glass of wine. I'm good.
But
Just came
how
back
was
from
she able to
Italy.
put up that post Chevy that day?
Yeah.
Body decomposed.
Anytime when a body decomposes and then showing signs of rigor, chances is that motherfucker been sitting there for a minute.
Exactly. Her daughter just came back from Italy, so was she in the house with him, Dad?
That she was in the house.
I'm
So,
saying, was she in there while they was already dead? She was still living?
I don't know. That can't be because they just came back from Italy.
No. She said they hadn't been in the state for 2 days.
Okay.
But she put up a post that day.
Yeah. She's not coming up?
Nah.
Dang,
What she
man.
say? The daughter was in the same room as the mom.
Was the mama decomposed? That's the question. Because that means she was still alive for a minute.
And maybe her
She said she reading the autopsy now.
Well, shoot, come on up here and share it.
Well, we be wanting.
Yeah, because I mean, there's more
She
to
said,
this.
no, the mama. See, now that ain't something wrong. No, the daughter was just decomposed. They came back together. That don't even sound right.
She probably killed her and then was like, fucking, I might as well kill myself. I gotta kill my son because he seen me do it. And like, I can't say somebody broke in. If that was gonna be her, you know what I'm saying? Somebody broke in, but my son ended up seeing. So now I gotta, yeah.
You come back from Italy, you resting, you tired, you done been through. Ain't nobody.
No, but that don't make sense for one body to be decomposed and the other one not. You didn't kill yourself right away. Y'all came back together.
That's not making any sense at all.
That make plenty of sense, more sense than what I thought it did now. Because I ain't know she was decomposed. Now that take my mind to another level.
That would mean that she was You don't start decomposing until like what, 12 hours, 12 hours? How many hours does it take? About you start the rigor starts
Red
like
starts in there about what, 4 to 6 hours
4 to 6 hours.
and decompose. Um,
The son wasn't decomposed, and he had more.
was he decomposed too? Cause I know she wouldn't walk around the
I
house with no
think.
dead bodies. Then I know something wrong with her.
No, I ain't. No, I don't
Come
believe
on,
that.
Chevy. They asking you to hit the link. Hit the link, Chevy. What's going on? Hit the link. They said
Hit the
hit the
link.
link.
Nah, whether you want to believe it or not, Anonymous, if her body not decomposed and the son body not decomposed all at the same time, something ain't right. It don't make sense
That's what I've been saying.
for the mama not to be decomposed
Yeah, something.
unless she killed herself later.
No, man. I just don't see it. I don't see it. You know, sit back and smoke and drink. No, she was
No,
chilling.
I'm just saying if that's fact. She just said she reading the autopsy. The daughter was decomposed.
Okay.
We're waiting to see if the son was decomposed, Chevy.
Oh, gosh, I
Because
wish.
if that's the case, she was walking around drinking wine before she killed herself.
I mean, we don't know. She could have. I don't know.
They just came back from Italy together. She could have did what? They was on 2 different flights.
Mm-mm. That jet lag gonna put you down for a day.
Okay.
Only thing you thinking about is going to sleep. It's just, you know.
Yeah. Evidently she didn't go to sleep when her daughter went to sleep.
No. Well, I mean, you know, everybody has their own opinion. You just have to leave it like that because I really can't. First of all, Dad knew something.
Yeah.
That's
Oh man, I appreciate you, man. Blessings, man. She popped out. She popped out
Hey,
real quick.
Hey, how are you
girl,
guys?
they got us racking our
hey, how are
brain.
you?
Man, we like, man,
Listen,
please. They like, please pop out, man. They is looking for you right there. Okay, look.
so there's a lot to this case, but it's closed because I think there's too many higher ups involved.
That's what I'm
Um,
thinking.
yeah, there's a lot to this case. Now, if you look at the pictures from them in Italy, they do not look like they look like. I mean, she loved those kids. I'm looking at all the pictures she posted. There's something more to this case. The daughter was in the same room as the mom, and she was decomposed. So I don't, and they don't really tell you who was killed first. So from what it sounds like, the daughter was killed first, then the son, and then I guess she supposedly she killed herself. They're saying there's no evidence of a fourth person, but I would think that a mom that loves her kids would have to be drunk or high. There's minimal alcohol in her system, and no drugs found.
But so tell me this. So if the daughter was decomposed, so was the son decomposed?
No, nope. I mean, so if I was to like just looking at like just if I was to look at it, it looked like maybe something happened between her and the daughter. Then she had to take care of the son. But it's strange. Nobody kills themselves on the chest. That's different.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anybody shooting themselves in the chest because you could live.
Yeah, you would shoot yourself in the head to
You
get
could,
shot.
the reason why I wouldn't think you would shoot yourself in the chest is because it's not instant. You see what I'm saying?
No. Yeah.
It's not instant. Like you gonna suffer like a motherfucker. Like what the? Oh my god! Yeah, it's not instant.
No.
Normally, when people kill themselves, it's like my grandpa, he had emphysema. And so he used to breathe on this motherfucking machine a lot. So he got tired of breathing on that machine and he killed himself. He shot himself in the head. He didn't shoot himself in the chest. So when it comes to committing suicide and things of that nature, 10 times out of 10, they going where it's instant.
Well,
And
it's
not
been
to mention,
people that have
like,
shot themselves in the chest, and then it's been people that stabbed themselves in the chest. And
yeah, no, I understand it, but she don't look like she was a good shot.
that's what I'm saying. If you don't
Because
know,
the son was shot all in the arm. He was shot, and then the daughter was shot in several different places. So in order for you to, didn't sound like she was a good shot. So to think you're going to be dead on shooting yourself in the chest, and you
Like
don't really,
what type of firearm was used?
that one I did not find out. I'm trying to see if it was a shotgun because that's what they're kind of saying. But she wasn't good at shooting.
Man,
So that's why.
if it was a
in the
shotgun,
arm, he was shot in
probably
the
their
head.
body was dismembered. Their limbs would be dismembered from a shotgun.
Yep.
So maybe a pistol.
Yeah, extended clip, something.
There's a lot of
Because
information. This happened in 2019. There's not a lot of information on this case.
And there won't be
Mm-mm.
because of who we are, right?
So yeah, the father was big time.
So
He was a surgeon. I mean, he rubbed elbows with Keisha Lance Bottoms.
so
could the father have did this for financial gain? Like, what would it be a financial gain for him by doing this? Did he have insurance on his kids and shit?
You know he
And
did.
That wasn't even released. Mm-mm.
But you
But
know
her,
he did.
but her family and her friends don't believe she did this. They've been trying to clear her name.
So they trying to get it back open.
Right.
They're not gonna get it open. Daddy got that lock. No, it's
That's what I
closed.
was thinking. Once it's
Nope.
closed,
That's it.
now he
Unless
probably
they have evidence.
could.
now if new
And if
information comes up, they can reopen it.
yes, yep.
Like I was
But
saying, he
it,
probably could. He could probably get it open. The husband.
No, it wouldn't just necessarily be just the husband. If any information came up in this case, then it can be reopened.
Like who?
Like,
The person that did it? He probably in
no,
Cabo
the
somewhere.
police or whoever, the investigators, they can reopen the case because there's new information that will bring a new light on the case. It happens all the time. But this was there's still I'm pretty sure some of the investigators got still questions about things. But again, it's like she said, the higher ups.
That's crazy though. Her body was decomposed.
That means so that now here's another theory on that. Maybe she was the first one shot because she was at the time that whoever did it, she was at home. Okay. And as the
Huh?
people came in the house, maybe, they were taken out as they came in.
But the daughter was shot in the arm first,
she was
and
shot in the
then in the
chest and
chest.
twice in the arm.
If she was shot in the arm, she was trying to protect herself.
That's
And
defensive
she
on the left
saw the
arm. They
killer.
said.
She saw the killer.
That's the thing. She would have blood splatter on her. The mama should have had blood splatter on her.
Was the father ever considered a suspect?
No.
Hmm.
Nope.
This was a professional hit. This was Now remember the daughter was a journalist. Okay. So maybe she discovered something that she shouldn't have, quote unquote. And there was somebody there to take care of things. And
But
make
look, out of all the days, I'm pretty sure his son ain't answered them before. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
he didn't answer them before.
yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Live
So
busy lives.
what made you be like, well, my son ain't answering, that's kind of weird. Can I get a
Was he
wellness?
Right.
was he home alone while they were gone?
This
Because
is what I
they had
said.
just came back from Italy. And how many
Yeah,
days they were there?
2 days. They were there. They were back in the States for 2 days. And it was like a gated community. That's what they're
Okay,
saying.
that's another thing. Gated community.
Now,
So
also,
to pull that off,
You had to have a key password.
nah, like some gated communities, depending on how it is, it can be a gated community with a pad outside the community. As long as you got the pad number, you can get into the community. Or it could be like a community where it's a guard posted there, and they call the people from the house and be like, "Hey, you got so and so? Yeah, we got a visitor." They take your ID, get your ID and all that, video your car going in and out, all that.
Exactly. They have a
So
camera there, all that. I'm telling you, the
but
ones
not
I
was it
seen.
all gay communities are that tight, though.
I know this
Man,
is the
them was
one with the
doctors.
card, and then you got the one where it's just a gay pad, and then you got the communities where it's not a gay pad. You could just go in and it's a community. You know what I'm saying? So
Shabby, do they have cameras there? Because usually they do have cameras at them gates.
Usually they do. I don't understand why. I'm still trying to find out what kind of gun this is. They have not released any of this information.
And there's a
They just
reason
keep
for that.
saying that she was 58. She shot her 20-year-old son and, I'm sorry, her 20-year-old daughter and 24-year-old son, and then turned the gun on herself.
But Mac just demonstrated for us. That's kind
But that's even more reason for me to think she did it. I'm sorry.
of okay.
Because
Well,
who gonna get in the gated community and not be seen? And who gonna get out of a
Now,
gated community?
didn't they say that he was shot 5 times?
Yeah.
He was shot 6 times. Once in back of the head, once I'm counting the stomach, twice in the back, and once in the left arm, and one in the shoulder.
So he must have been up and turned around. Cause how can they shoot him in the stomach? And then,
And
or
I thought he was laying in bed,
yeah,
unless
it
it
could,
ricocheted or something.
yeah.
like they saying the father got ties to higher ups, law enforcement maybe, you know, and if they don't want something found, you know how cops be getting off and shit. Like they can manipulate certain shit. Remember when I was showing y'all how that one cop that had something to do with Tyree Nichols getting beat up, getting killed, or whatever the case may be. Uh, he had something happened with an individual, and he was in there fucking with the paperwork, doing hella little to make sure the evidence wasn't going in and all that. But he got found guilty of that shit. Like, police get to manipulating shit and doing all type of shit for their own. So, you never know what type of dealings he had to where they can be like, hey, them videos, scratch them videos. They asked y'all about them videos, so the cameras was down around that time. So, but that's if they live in a community like the gated community like that.
Yeah, most of the ones I
well,
seen, down in Georgia and Atlanta, they mainly have a guard, but they
You
have
see what
them
I'm saying?
with the keypad.
see, you spread some money around, things can disappear.
But not only that, them getting into a gated community, don't you gotta put a passcode to get back out?
Well, the gated community is
Nah, you can
Vinings
just
Park
leave.
East Townhouse Community.
It's
You
a
can just
what?
leave.
The name of the community is Vinings Park East Townhouse Community. I have
Bindings
to look.
Park. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, Vinings Park.
You said Finding Park?
Vinings, Vinings Park, East Townhouse Community.
So we would have to do a Google search and look at it and see what kind of
And it's
community.
probably done changed since
You said it
then.
was East West?
East Townhouse Community.
So didn't she have like connections to higher ups too? I
Now
know the daughter.
I can tell you the father's connection.
Oh, okay.
He's an orthopedic surgeon. He is on the chair of the Atlanta Housing Authority Board. He also serves as the board of trustees of Morehouse School of Medicine, and he was also on the board of Grady Memorial Hospital.
Okay. Know exactly what that is. So he was an orthopedic doctor.
An orthopedic surgeon. So he was making money.
Surgeon. Yeah, he was making money. Just honey. They charge an arm and a leg.
Literally.
I promise you. And she was what kind of doctor was she?
No, she had a medical equipment company she founded. It was called MME Enterprises. So it's like she had her doctorate.
Oh, okay.
So she had her own company.
Oh,
She
she
was
was
getting
making
paid.
good money too.
She was making good money too.
And the
Yeah,
son about to work for ESPN. Well, he was working for ESPN, and the daughter she was still in
She was
school.
working, and she had interned at the mayor's office the prior summer.
Yeah.
okay. She saw something.
Uh-huh.
She
I'm not
saw
saying no
something.
more.
There you go.
Yeah, I
She
think I
saw
better get
something.
off of here. My whole name is on the screen. No, for real.
She saw something.
And yeah, this was back in 2019. You would think we have more information on the Millie case than we do in this case.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to get back to that.
I'm just saying, like, this is back in 2019. There's not much mentioned, and I'm usually good with finding stuff. They got this case on lock.
So we would have to Google search that, do like the Google Maps and look at the address and see what kind of gated community it is. Because there's some that you can drive right in,
Yeah,
you
this
know.
like was in the middle of nowhere. I just see like
Yeah, but do you
a
see how
map
much
view.
money they got? Them it had to be something at them gates. They weren't just
Yeah,
living anywhere.
no.
You'd be surprised. But at the
Nah.
same time, all it takes is a Google map search and you can see what kind of gates they were.
Yeah. But I'm trying to tell you. She own her own equipment company.
Mhm.
Man, you ain't finna live just know anywhere.
Some, mm-mm, mm-mm. I think the daughter saw something. She's a human
But
rights.
why was the son shot so much?
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Was he fighting back or
That's what I'm saying. He was shot in the front and the back of the head.
It says once in the back of the head, once in the abdomen, twice in the back, once in the left arm, and once
look
in
what
the
Chrissy
shoulder.
Poodle's saying?
His body was found in his bed on a different level of the house than
Oh,
the
so they
sister
was
and the
on different
mother.
levels.
Yep.
I
The
told
mother
you.
was in the same room as the daughter.
This is weird.
Hmm.
And I mean, let's just say to throw people off, maybe she was decomposed and they didn't mention it. Because then if you do that, you can put a Tate and timeline together. Because if you look at it, it looks like the timeline is misconstrued, and it might be on purpose.
Yeah, they didn't. They said they don't know who was shot first.
But if one was decomposed, you can already
Hmm.
know who
Yeah.
taken care of first.
And we know the mother wasn't shot first, I guess, because she supposedly had done it. But they're not giving like who was shot first, who was shot second. But the only person that was decomposed was the daughter.
So that means they got her first.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But my whole they says they found the son in his bed. So how was he shot all them times in the bed?
Exactly. If he was shot in the abdomen, in the stomach, unless he tried to get up and fight back.
That's what it seemed like.
Was he still coming after the second and third shot? Like,
When looking at, because I did Young Dolph autopsy, and people were saying, "Oh well, shit, two niggas bopped out. One nigga bopped out with a Draco, another nigga had a 9, and any nigga that know the 9, or would have did a little something, depending on the uh the ammunition they was using and the gun could have did something. But that Draco, yeah, them 7.62s, that shit gonna do something for surely. So it's like for a nigga to have a 7.62 and another nigga to have a 9, and they shot all that many times. It's like they kept saying, "Oh man, he was shot 20, 30 times. He was shot." Nah, I showed the autopsy, and the autopsy showed he was shot maybe 8 times, and it showed that all his entry wounds was from the back, and all his exit wounds was of the abdomen, the stomach, and the chest and shit like that.
Yeah.
Did it show where was they exit wounds and entry wounds, as far as like on the autopsy?
No, it doesn't. This autopsy is incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hella shit missing on purpose, or it's just
There's a lot of things missing. I still can't find the gun that was used. It just says gun. They
Now
went in
they
there and
say she used a shotgun. I ain't believing that.
no, I'm just
No,
saying. I
you
don't
gotta
know.
be
I
a
know. I don't
surgeon
know.
to use that thing like that. And
Yeah,
there's
because
buckshot.
she was not that big too.
Yeah.
So that thing would have blew her away.
Yeah.
I mean, there would be buckshots
And how
also.
you gonna shoot yourself in the chest with a
No,
With a
shotgun?
shotgun. Yeah.
you can't.
No, they can't. Mm-mm.
I
If
mean, no.
like
You
like
can't.
Ron said, and if she would have used a shotgun to kill her son, they would have blew his arm off. It wouldn't have been just like no.
Mm-mm. So that's why. Mm-mm.
I'm still looking for this
Man,
gun.
this was a professional hit. Even Prissy Poodle thinks so.
But there's no reports. There's no reports after 2019 in this case.
Because they closed it after they ruled it murder suicide.
But usually they like release the pictures. Like they're not releasing anything in this case.
Because this is a doctor.
Prissy Poodle, come on up here.
Upon his wishes, I guess.
Because Prissy Poodle's got some point.
It could be so. It should be public records though, where you could find the whole findings.
See, when you in the higher ups, you can pay to make that stuff go away.
Because what we doing now is what attorneys do to help their case.
Hmm.
In Atlanta, Georgia, Edwards case, Your Honor, number da 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 da. This happened.
Hmm. And they sit around and speculate also, you know. And this is what investigators do. But you got to look at it. Who? There's a
You
lot
just
more.
in a case like this, you just had to be there to
Pretty
see.
much. Pretty much. There's stuff missing from this investigation. You know, there's a lot of important information.
And
I'm
I
like,
wonder why that can you do that once they like why is it? Because you can about look up a case anywhere. Like, why would it be missing? Is it at the family discretion or?
It could be. I mean, I don't. I mean, you can request um like a complete. Like I can request that from the medical examiner. I'd have to pay for it, but I don't even think that it's gonna be much information, even if you requested it as you know part of the media.
You
Yeah.
may want to be careful with that because something
Oh
doesn't.
no, I'm not doing it. Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah, something doesn't want to be revealed.
Mhm.
That's the message I'm getting.
This look like a case of karma. Something
Because we're
gonna
talking
come
about
back.
a mother who did birthday parties. I'm just looking at. She did birthday parties. She took them to Super Bowls. She was a very active mother. I
As
mean, she
well as
was
a
just
busy
honored
mother.
as woman. I think she was voted as most powerful, influential woman of 2019.
That says a lot. They were busy. Them people were busy. Them people were
When
busy.
did she post that post
Which one?
of, the post that she posted? I got the most wonderful kids.
Oh, that
Um,
morning.
that morning.
That morning before the death.
Oh my God.
That wellness check was to see if the job was done. I'm gonna keep it 100. I think that's what that wellness check was about, to see if the job was done.
That's crazy. That morning. So that morning, she posted that meaning they had to be at the house.
She had a very public social media life. I mean, there's so much pictures and there's so. I mean,
And that also means whoever did it was in the house. If it was a big house, they can hide anywhere. You know what I mean? We don't know where this person. Who it was a. I feel like it was a professional hit. This person uh probably was in the house the whole time.
I would think it wouldn't be more than one person.
It would
If
have to
that's
be.
if somebody did, if it was, I would think it would have to be more than one person.
Yeah,
Cause how you gonna kill
it's a
two
team.
people in one room and one person? No, them not hear the other room and not get to a phone.
and on different floors.
So
It was,
silencers were used, and then yeah, this is either a team or one person could have done it. Went from room to room, crept around the house while people were chilling.
But not Chevy, you said that the mother and daughter, the way that you said they were, it was like they could have been battling one another. Or
no, they didn't release that information. They just said they were found in the same room. So
And
oh,
it said
we don't even know the position, like if she was on a bed or the mother was on the floor. There's no information released on how anybody was found. They said that just that the son was in the bed on a different floor, and the mother and daughter were in the same room.
so this is very general
Mhm.
for a reason.
That's
yeah,
what I said. We think there's more information on the Melly case, and I mean we've seen pictures and everything.
yeah,
This one, there's nothing. Just
yeah.
I could see the social media stuff.
And that's why I got all the forensic stuff from the Melly case.
Yeah.
From me learning that, like the residue, like they would have had the
It seemed like they
blowback.
did it. Yeah, it seemed like they just did an autopsy. So they said, okay, it's a murder suicide. Case closed. Bury everybody. Good night. That's it.
That's what it seems like to me.
I
Were
even
the
learned about blowback when you shoot somebody. I
were the
didn't know about
bodies
blowback.
cremated?
I just called it splatter.
What was the body cremated? Does it say?
Let's see. It doesn't say.
They probably were. I bet
Of
you
course
would.
they were. One was
I think
decayed.
they were because I didn't see their bodies at the funeral or memorial service
Nope.
they had. So that way you can never go back to do another autopsy to reopen
Oh,
the case.
exactly. Once it's cremation, it's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's just all a mystery to me. But like I had put up there earlier, this reminds me.
She dropped down.
Oh, what happened? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
I
you.
can hear.
Oh, I didn't know what happened. It just reminded me of that. When I was a kid, we lived in the mafia country, and they would take out the whole family. And sometimes it made it look like the dad did it, or one of the parents. So there's a lot of holes in this, and then the reason why stuff is missing is higher ups did it. And of course, there's a deep dark circle, especially in the Atlanta area with the elites and the higher up that we don't know about. The average person doesn't know about.
Right. I'm kind of following what you're saying too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about the different codes, especially within the whatever industry you're in, whether you're a police officer or a doctor. I'm starting to learn more about that. But
Yeah,
he was
it's
an
a
art.
dark, deep, evil circle. Sometimes you got to sacrifice, and that means it could be your family members.
Mm.
And that's why he may not be talking. It could have been a
Mm-hmm.
message. And then for him to shut up. So,
Oh, wait a
Oh,
minute. Her internship is not done in Georgia. Her internship was done in New York.
yeah.
That's Como.
but
Well,
I
I'm
thought,
definitely off of here. That's where I'm from.
say no more. But didn't she have an internship at the mayor's office?
Yes, it's in New York.
The New York mayor.
Oh, I thought it was Keisha Bottoms.
I did too.
No,
It's in
because
New
you
York.
remember they said she could have had a position there when she was finished.
Mm. Looks like evil strikes again. I tell you, oof. Mm-mm-mm.
In
Mm-mm-mm.
this case, the only person that know what happened is them. God rest their soul.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And the
Exactly.
one that did it. If it was
So
somebody else.
the other way you can look at it is if there's a financial report on him, we'll have to see if there was any increases. You know,
I wonder, is he married now? What he doing?
well, I wouldn't want to be married to him.
I had asked that question. Was he in a relationship?
I mean,
Before we started picking at all the holes, then I was all like, I just
This is
kept
looking
seeing
like a
that it was a
family.
message to him.
That's what I see it. I just
yeah, I just they don't talk about what kind of father he was. Was he involved? Did he?
There's
Like they're
like
not
so many
saying a lot.
videos that you.
Because
I don't know.
sometimes in your profession or wherever you are, you could say no to the wrong people. And you can say it maybe more than once, and they was like, you're going to do what I want you to do.
You're an orthopedic surgeon, so
There's a price. Sometimes certain kinds of wealth has a price.
Did it say what room that the mother and the daughter were found in?
It just said that they were found in the same room. It didn't say what room.
Hey, Yeah, this is
Yeah, so
okay.
yeah, so if that's the case, she seen her daughter decompose before she died. Like she seen her.
She could have seen everything.
Wow.
The other 2,000 actually end up living on the Shiar homeworld. Now, the 8,000 are kind of like unorbiting satellite that kind of exists out there, but the other 2,000 are the most powerful of them. And they're basically those
wow.
who picked and chosen by the Shiar to join the Imperial Guard, the most powerful fighting
Well,
force.
I think I had enough. I don't like
Yeah,
the case.
This is making me nervous. Even my internet is getting all nervous. Hope nobody's trying to, tap in and listen. I don't know nothing.
Every time we spin, I'm spin with y'all run. But good night, boo.
Yeah, man, we about to take it to the clubhouse. Hey, when that service get nervous, they trying to tap in, man. We about to get a fuck up off here. We gonna talk about this tomorrow morning, man. Y'all tap in tomorrow morning. We will be back on this tomorrow morning. The link to the clubhouse is in the description of the chat. So yeah, man, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all have a good night. Blessings, man, from Gangland. I'll holler at y'all. And yeah, man, we up out of here. Anonymous Angel, what you gotta say to the gang? Oh, she got up out of here fast as hell. Yeah, it's time to go night-night, nigga. Time to go night-night, nigga. Yeah, nigga said, looking at you niggas like, what the fuck? Time to go night-night, nigga. It's Gangland, man. I'll holler at y'all.
Niggas know me, been off the points like back when. Gang in the field, bitch, we be something like the Pac-10.
Gangland, we around this motherfucker, man.
Oh, man, bitch, stand on that. To the head, I'll show a nigga's feelings. My 9th and Wood nigga, up the street from the village.
We ain't in it, you niggas don't turn no blocks, we ain't in it.
Make sure you put him down, never leave a witness. No love for the suckers, never on forgiveness. Stomp down on these niggas, cause niggas is big.
Ooh, about to blow something. Man got the stick, about to hold something. Ooh, y'all know what it is. It's Gangland TV the SitDown live. Hit the like button. Don't be boosty. And subscribe to the channel. And hit the notification bell, man. That shit easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Subscribing. That's free as fuck. Hit the notification bell. That's free as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That shit's free.
Gang in the field, bitch, we be something like the Pac-10.